Having business before the court draw near, the Honorable Judge J. Cedric Simpson presiding.
And good morning, everyone. Court does call the case of Linden Park Apartments versus Dennis Fernandez.
Morning,
Good morning, sir.
On behalf of the plaintiff.
Okay. Mr. Fernandez, you'll have to speak
morning.
because I have numerous screens, so I'll need you to come to my screen. So you'll have to say something.
Good morning. I need interpreter for English because I speak Spanish. I speak English, but I don't understand. I don't speak fluent.
Sorry. No. All right. What I will do, let me pass it, see if we can get a Spanish interpreter. Yes, I guess.
Okay, thank you.
Court does call the case Linden Park Apartments versus Haley Forberg and Destiny Garvin.
Norman,
Hello.
on behalf of the plaintiff.
All right, there's Ms. Forberg. All right, what is plaintiff's claim in this case?
Your Honor, this is a non-payment of rent case. Rent owing through the end of April is currently due in the amount of $3,600. Court costs in this matter, $188.54. Total amount to retain, $3788.54. No money judgment was requested.
All right. Ms. Forberg, how are you intending on getting that paid?
So we actually, it's all DJ. He's not here, I guess, but he hasn't been paying his half of rent. I haven't been then living there and I can't get in contact with him. I have been paying my half of rent and we just sent in $2,200 that he owed from his staff just now. So it should be paid off a lot of that. We talked to the landlord and directly paid $2,200 just a few days ago. And then
Do you have that, counsel, the 22?
It doesn't look like that hit the ledger I have yet. The last payment I'm showing was $700 on March 4th. So that'll obviously the balance will include.
All right, so there's 2,200 out there. And
yeah,
what I will do then, my next date is the 10th, is next week. All right, so I'll adjourn this out 1 week. You can contact plaintiff's counsel's office, see if you can arrange how you're going to get this paid. Is he still residing in the premises?
yeah. So I've been paying my half and I've been paying a lot of his half, but I don't know why I can't get off of this lease no matter who I call. He's not even here today, which does not seem okay that I'm the only one that has to deal with this as we're both on the lease. And I've been paying all of his rent payments. So I just don't understand how this is still my problem. I don't understand how he's not being also held accountable.
Well,
I understand it's my problem.
Okay. I'll wait for you to finish and I'll explain the question.
It's on a
The answer to
delay.
the question is you signed a contract on the lease. That's why you're still involved in this. So you're still liable for the payments that are due under that lease. The dispute as between who's paying what half and whatever, that's going to be for you two to work out. But what I will do is I'm going to adjourn this out 1 week to April 10th, 2026 at 2 p.m. That's an in-person hearing. I suggest that maybe you contact plaintiff's office if the issue is that you're not residing there, but I'm not sure what you could necessarily do in that regard. But I'll adjourn it out to that date. Okay?
Okay.
Thank
So
Thank you.
how are we going to find where to go and for in-person court? Are we going to get mailed another thing?
You'll get mailed another notice, but if you look on the paperwork that you received, the paperwork that you received has the court address on it.
Okay. And what time on April 10th then?
2 p.m.
All right, April 10th at 2 p.m. I'm unable to get mail because he lives there and won't let me in, and I don't have a mail key.
All
So,
right, do you have some place to write something down, ma'am?
yes, I can do it right here.
All right. The address is 4133 Washtenaw Avenue. And it has an Ann Arbor address. Same, well, it's the same location as the Washtenaw County Sheriff's Department.
Okay. And then you
All right.
said April 10th at 2 p.m.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Linden Park versus Brittany Edwards.
Good morning, Your Honor. Norman Whitty on behalf of the plaintiff.
Brittany Edwards?
Yes, good morning.
Okay, there you are. Thank you. All right, what is plaintiff's claim in this case?
Your Honor, this is a non-payment of rent case. Rent through the end of April is currently doing the amount of $3,050. Court costs in this matter are $159.27. Total amount retained $3209.27. No money judgment was requested.
All right. And Ms. Edwards, how are you intending on getting this paid?
I paid the $16.50 on Wednesday, which was the 1st. So the remaining balance would just be April's rent, and I can pay that on the 15th of this month.
The 15th?
Yes.
Okay, so I can only adjourn it out 1 week, so I'll adjourn it out to April 10th, 2026 at 2 p.m. That's an in-person hearing. What I might suggest you do is contact the plaintiff's counsel's office or your landlord, see if you can work out a conditional order of dismissal. That'll give you to that date, okay?
And we would agree to that.
Okay. All right, ma'am?
Thank you.
All right, thank you. Do we
Your
have
Honor,
an
I get a
interpreter?
conditional dismissal from her. Do I need to do that in person? Put it on the record, or will the court accept it just by mail?
I'm sorry?
If she does agree to a conditional dismissal before the hearing, do you need us to appear in person for that hearing, or can we do it?
No, if you have a conditional dismissal, get it to the court and then submit the Zoom forms. We're gonna let you appear via Zoom if you
Awesome.
don't have anything else, okay?
Sounds good, thank you.
All right, we have a Spanish interpreter, so. All right, thank you, Miss Edwards.
Good morning, Ms. Liliana. You're in front of the Honorable J. Cedric Simpson out of the 14A District Court, Washtenaw County, State of Michigan. Our number to proceed this morning is 1423.
Yes, thank you. Good morning.
Good morning. Can you please raise your right hand to be sworn? Do you solemnly swear or affirm that you'll interpret accurately, completely, and impartially using your best skill and judgment, and to translate from English into Spanish and from Spanish into English in the manner now before the court, so help you God?
Yes, I do.
Thank you.
All right, and good morning, Liliana. How are you?
Good morning, Jonah. Good. How are you?
I'm good, I think. All right,
Mhm.
court does call the case of Linden Park Apartments versus Dennis Fernandez.
Hola, Cerezo, intérprete de español. El día de hoy se estaría viendo el caso de Linton Park Apartments contra Dennis Hernández.
Norman Whitty appearing on behalf of the plaintiff.
También se encuentra Norman Whitty en representación del el demandado.
Mr. Fernandez, can you state your name, please?
Dennis Omar Fernandez Rivera.
All right. How much does plaintiff claim is owing?
Bueno, ¿qué cantidad sería la que el demandado debe?
We show rent owing through the end of April in the amount of $3,750. Court costs $159.27. Total amount to retain $3909.27.
Nos aparece la cantidad de renta que se debe hacia finales de abril de 3,750 más costos del tribunal, que serían 159,27, que lleva a un total de 3,909,27.
Mr. Fernandez, how are you intending on getting this paid?
Señor Fernández, ¿cuál es su intención o de cómo es que lo va a estar pagando esta cantidad?
Sí, muy buenos días. Nunca me he atrasado con mis pagos. El mes de enero y febrero fueron muy malos meses para mí. Trabajo en construcción. En el mes de enero solo trabajé una semana. El mes de marzo tuve problemas legales. Tuve que pagar una fianza de $1,000 más am, $700 por otros cargos. Es el problema por el cual me atrasé en mi renta.
I have never been behind with the payments of the rent, but I work in construction, and in the months of January and February, those were very bad months for me. In January, I was not able to work for a week, and in March I was having dealing with some legal problems, and I had to pay and bond an amount of $1,000 plus $700 of other charges.
Okay. So do you
Um,
know when you're going to catch this up?
Bueno, ¿y sabe cuándo va a poder ponerse al corriente?
Sí, puedo hacer un pago de 1,500 el lunes con mi cheque de esta semana y podría cancelar el resto en los próximos 20 días.
Yes, on Monday I could make a payment of $1,500
No,
with today's or
ya,
this
1,500.
1,500. The on Monday, and then after 20 days after that, I could pay the rest.
Okay. I'm going to adjourn this out 1 week to April 10th, 2026 at 2 p.m.
Bueno, voy a estar aplazando, posponiendo este asunto para la fecha del 10 de abril de 2026 a las 2 p.m.
I'm going to
Okay.
suggest that you contact the landlord to see if you can work out an agreement for the payment of the rest.
Voy a sugerirle de que contacten al dueño, al arrendador, para que puedan llegar a un acuerdo de que pueda hacer el pago del resto de esa cantidad.
You can also
Okay.
contact attorney's office to see if you can work this out.
También puede contactar a la oficina del abogado para ver si pueden resolver esto.
All right.
Ok. Pregunta, el 10 de abril ¿me van a estar contactando o tengo que ir directamente a la corte o cómo funciona? No entendí eso.
And a question for that court date on April 10th, will someone be contacting me or do I need to go to the court?
April 10th at 2 p.m. It's an in-person hearing, so you'll need to come down to the court.
En esta fecha del 10 de abril a las 2 p.m. sería una audiencia donde tiene que presentarse en persona, así que tiene que venir a la corte.
Ok, muchas gracias.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Have a
you.
great weekend.
Ok, bye
All
bye.
right, you do the same, sir. And Liliana, thank you so much. Great
Thank
job
you,
as usual.
Have a good day, Jonah. Thank you.
Take care. Court does call the case of Arbor Club versus Kimberly Jones.
Good morning, Judge Joe Joseph on behalf of the plaintiff.
Kimberly Jones. They are not checked in. I don't see that second. Yes, there was a second mailing by the court. If you'd like to raise your right hand to be sworn. Do you solemnly swear or affirm testimony you're about to give will be the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, Judge.
All right, go ahead, sir.
Thank you, Judge. At this time, we would move the court for entry of a default judgment, possession only. The rent retained through today's date is $1,751. Court costs are $172. That brings the total amount due on that judgment of $1,923. We'd be seeking possession judgment that amount with the writ date of April 13th. And Judge, to the best of my information, knowledge, and belief, the defendant is not a minor in the active military, otherwise incompetent. The property is being kept fit for habitability, its intent and use, and in compliance with all state and local laws.
Judgment to the plaintiff, that is by default for possession, redemption amount, in the amount requested.
Thank
Writ
you.
to issue in 10 days. Harbor Club versus Tamaya Jackson.
And Joe Joseph for plaintiff.
On this one, counsel, as well as the last one, I don't have proof of service. Let me just check the rest of yours here. I realize you're filling in. On this one and the last one, I'm not going to issue the judgment on the last one. I don't have proof of service, sir. I didn't see it on my file for whatever reason. So this one, and yeah. Well, who's stamping these? You have in JIS that we have service?
Jackson and the previous one that it was, so this Jackson, their service by posting.
Okay, is nobody checking between this court and that? Geez, so great. All right, forget what I just said. Go ahead. You've been sworn, you may proceed.
Okay.
We have
So Jones was a
at
default. We're
place.
good with that one as well, correct?
Yes, you're good with the default. You can proceed on this one also.
Okay, thank you, Judge. This time for Ms. Jackson's case, we do move the court for entry of a default judgment, possession only. The rent to retain is $3,045 plus court costs of $172, bringing total judgment amount to $3217. The judge, to the best of my, we'll be seeking a writ date of April 13th. To the best of my information, knowledge, and belief, defendants are a minor in the active military, otherwise incompetent, and the property has been kept fit for habitability, its intended use, and in compliance with all state and local laws.
Thank you. Counsel, what was the total amount you had?
3217.
Thank you. Judgment to the plaintiff, that is by default for possession, redemption amount, in the amount requested with the writ issue in 10 days. Court calls case Arbor House versus Brian Montgomery.
Joe Joseph for plaintiff.
I'm sorry, he's
Yes.
Brian Montgomery.
Hi, yes, I'm here.
Okay, there you are. Okay, what is plaintiff's claim in this case?
Judge, we show rent to retain through April of $1,534. Court cost $172. So the total owed through today's date is $1,706.
All right. Sir, how are you intending on getting that paid?
I just made a payment for 1506, literally like right before I joined in. And then as for the remaining 200, that was like transferred over from last month, in which I had talked to the apartment complex people and worked out a date, so I didn't know that I was even going to get charged legal fees because I was they knew my situation. I was waiting on a payment from my school to pay for my rent, but the charges ended up still getting added anyway, so I just didn't know what to do about that.
Well, I think the plaintiff's entitled to that. I don't know what the other conversation was. They filed the case, so they're entitled to their court cost. So how long will it take you to get that 200 paid, you think?
Well, I just paid 15, so I would think like another 2 or 3 weeks.
All right. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to adjourn your case out. Let the 1506 click in. So I'll adjourn it out to April 10th, 2026 at 2 p.m. That's an in-person hearing. I suggest maybe you contact the attorney of your apartment complex regarding the $200 payment. See if something can be worked out. All right.
All righty. How do we contact them though?
Okay. At the top of the paperwork you received,
Yes.
there is the attorney's office will have a phone number. And also, I'm presuming that you know where you have your landlord's contact information.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Harbor House versus Trayvon, is it Modoc?
Good morning, Your Honor. Yes.
He's here. Mr. Joseph?
Thank you, Judge. Joe Joseph for the plaintiff.
Jessica Bailey, Sybil Crowder, Lance Davis, Eddie Easton, Ronnie Gillespie.
Jessica Bailey is 2519.
May I approach you, Honor?
Yes. Morning.
What was that?
Okay, after the report. So there's still things being worked on.
She has been working on it, Your Honor. She's doing better.
All right, and she did quite a bit of community service.
She was at community service, Your Honor.
All right, very good. Anything on your fine?
I'm not gonna lie, not today, Your Honor, but I will work on that.
Okay. You can do extra community service when you finish what was ordered.
And really, okay,
Get
thank you.
$50 a day credit.
It's really, not that bad once I got started doing the community service. There was actually really kind people at the dog pound and stuff, so.
Okay, good. All right, let's get you another date. Come back. I'm going to make it May the 8th. May the 8th, it'll be at 9 o'clock.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Have a good holiday.
Okay. Sybil Crowder. Sybil Crowder, 25,755. She's supposed to be an ODP. She hasn't appeared today. So there'll be a benchmark issue. Lance Davis, 2339. Lance Davis is here.
No, I don't know. He did have community services this morning.
Okay. We got a report from Focus. Okay, it says you are compliant and have a positive attitude, so that's all good. You still have fines and community service. We gotta get some of this community service done. So when are you gonna do that?
I can this week. I'm also doing community service for Finley. I've got 400 hours for her. And then last month I was here, I paid $260 on my fines. I can't pay today, but I can pay this Thursday.
Okay. I'll set you for May the 8th also. May the 8th will be next hearing, 9 o'clock. Eddie Easton.
Thank you.
17,442, 21,269, 23,203. He's supposed to be at Hometown Recovery Residential. That was my notes as of last time. Can you check and see Eddie Easton? I will call after you get a report. Ronnie Gillespie, 24,601. He did his community service and still has a balance on his fines. He hasn't appeared today, so there'll be a benchmark issue for not appearing. Kayla Harris. 21, 209-21-1692. She still owes fines and court costs, so she hasn't appeared, so the bench warrant. Very good.
Recall Eddie EST.
Your Honor, if I may, they picked him up from the jail and he got to their facility and left.
Okay. All right, so there'll be a warrant. Warrant for failure to appear today. And leaving treatment.
Kayla Harris, Alvin Lewis, Ashley Mays, Megan McCormick, Mark Wells.
Okay, Alvin Lewis is not here, 25-8. So it's a lot of funds, so there'll be a warrant for not appearing. Ashley Mays, 23-5-17. Paying on restitution and fines. Do you have a payment today?
Yes.
How much?
20.
All right, we'll see the clerk on that. Mr. James, I need some Post-its. Now. Okay, I'm gonna set you for May the 4th. May 4th at 9 o'clock, that's a Monday.
Okay.
Megan McCormick. 11-7-16, 12-181. Okay. You did quite a bit of community service since your last hearing, so that's good. And you still have some left to do.
Mhm.
Can you, anything on your fines?
Yes, sir. I paid $25 online.
Okay. Does it matter if it's Mondays or Fridays for your hearings?
It preferably Fridays because I have drug court on Mondays, but it's either or.
All right, May the 8th, that's a Friday. May the 8th at 9 o'clock is your next one. Keep working on your community service.
Yes, sir.
Mark Wells is here. Okay, Mark Wells is 17-12-73, 27-53, paying on fines. Yeah, paying.
Yes, 15.
I'm sorry, didn't I?
15.
15? To the clerk, and I'll set you for May the 4th.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, that finishes the reviews, and we're going to start the arraignments now. So if anyone has a new case needs to be in the courtroom, or if you have an old case that coming in on a warrant, you need to be in the courtroom there too. When your name is called, come up to the table to the right, just like the last people did, and I'm going to go over the charge with you. You don't have to say anything. If you do make statements, what you're saying is on the record. We'll record everything in the courtroom, audio and video. So there's a video of you saying whatever it is that you're going to say. And if you get up and admit something that's damaging to your case, the prosecutor can use that against you. You don't have to say anything. You have a right to have an attorney, and you have a right to have one appointed. What you tell attorney can't be used against you. So if you want to talk about your case, talk to the lawyer. Don't talk to me in open court. I'm not your lawyer, and I can't give you advice. And what you're saying is on the record. It can be used against you. You have a right to have an attorney appointed if you can't afford one. You have a right to bail You have a right to make the state of Ohio prove the charge against you beyond a reasonable doubt. If you enter guilty or no contest, you're waiving your rights to have a trial and a lawyer. You shouldn't do that. If you're not sure that's what you want to do, if you don't know what to do, if you're confused, if you want to talk to a lawyer, if you want a trial, any of those reasons, not guilty is the plea you should enter when you're asked for a plea. Call the first case.
State of Ohio versus Zachary Stansberry, case number CRB 26119.
Sir, are you Zachary Stansberry?
Yes, sir.
And have you been served a copy of the charge?
Yes, sir.
The charge alleges that at Rome Township on February 22nd of this year, by any means you caused a risk of physical harm to property of Kiera Coster without their consent. That's a criminal damaging charge. It's a second-degree misdemeanor. Maximum penalty is 90 days in jail, $750 fine. And it was alleged the property was a porch, windows, and a door. Do you understand that charge?
Yes, sir.
Do you understand the rights you have as a defendant that I explained just a minute ago?
Yes, sir.
How do you wish to plead to this charge?
Not guilty.
Do you want a lawyer appointed?
Yes, please.
Do you have a job?
Yes.
What do you do?
I work for Secure Communications.
Are you paid by the hour?
Yes, sir.
How much per hour?
17.
How many hours a week do you work?
No more than 40.
I have to determine what your gross income is to see if you're eligible for a court appointment. So I'm getting, you're making about 35,000 gross a year. Does that sound right to you?
Yes, sir.
$17 an hour. Do you have any family that you're supporting? Tell me about that. Do you have children?
I have a daughter, yes.
And you're supporting her?
I pay my child support, yeah.
Okay, I'll appoint Mr. Stratton to represent you. Entering a not guilty plea.
Hello, Your Honor.
Good morning. This is Zachary Stansberry. He has a criminal damage charge. It's a charge of assault against him. Entered a not guilty plea for him. He can sign a signature bond of $1,000. He will need to go to the sheriff's office to get fingerprinted. $1,000 signature bond. And let's see.
Okay.
Let's go into May, anytime in May, Mr. Stratton.
The 5th and 11th are bad for me.
Okay. How about the 4th and May 4th? That's a Monday.
I wonder why I said the 5th. I'm like,
5th is a Tuesday.
Just one second, Your Honor. I have my dates marked down wrong for some reason. That's fine. May 4th is. I just have my dates mixed up. Yes.
All right, May the 4th will be the next hearing. It's going to be a pretrial at 10 o'clock. Not guilty plea is entered.
All right. Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
Outside.
State of Ohio versus Timothy McKee, case number TRC 26537, A and B.
Sir, are you Timothy McKee?
Yes, sir.
Mr. McKee is alleged that on March 29th at 2:26 a.m. in Perry Township, you were operating a vehicle under the influence of alcohol. It's alleged you took a breath test and tested 13 on a breath test. That's alleged to be your first offense. So on first offense, the maximum is 6 months in jail, $1,075 fine, and a 3-year license suspension. The minimum penalty is what I can't go below. The least you can get if you're found guilty is 3 days in a treatment program, $375 fine, and a 6-month license suspension. Your test score of 13 is over what's called the per se level under Ohio law. And what that means is if the state can show compliance with the rules for giving the test, a presumption can attach to the test that you were impaired because you tested more than 8. 8 is the per se level. Per se, you tested 13. Do you understand that charge?
Yes.
Then the other charge is speeding, driving 67 in a 55 zone. That's a minor misdemeanor, non-jailable, maximum penalty is $150 fine. So, do you understand the rights you have as a defendant?
Yes.
How do you wish to plead to these charges?
I'm going to plead guilty, sir.
Guilty means you're admitting the charges are true, and by doing that, you waive the rights to have a trial and have a lawyer. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
Is that what you want to do?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'll accept your plea. The officer has written a report to the court, so I'm going to read that into the record, and then if you want to make a statement, you can. You don't have to. Okay, this was State Highway Patrol arrest, Trooper Sullivan. So he writes, on March 29th, I was stationary patrol US 52 at the mile 16 marker. I observed a black four-door SUV going above the posted speed limit. Pulled out, confirmed the speed with my radar unit. I activated lights to perform a traffic stop. I made contact with the driver of the vehicle, who was identified as Timothy McKee. I immediately smelled a strong odor of alcohol coming from the vehicle. I observed Mr. McKee's eyes were watery, asked him where he was coming from, and Mr. McKee's passenger answered for him, stated they were coming from a friend's house. As Mr. McKee spoke about the registration, his words were slurred. I asked Mr. McKee to come out of the vehicle to separate the odor of alcohol coming from the vehicle to better pinpoint the smell. Once Mr. McKee stepped from the vehicle and walked to the full car, I asked him how many drinks he had, and he stated a couple of beers. As Mr. McKee spoke, I could really smell a strong odor of alcohol coming from his person and breath. Asked him if he takes any medications. He stated he takes Xanax, and that he took it around 6 and started drinking around 9. I asked him to perform field sobriety tests, for which he agreed. They placed him in position for horizontal gazing nystagmus test, that's the eye test. Performed pre-medical check. He was swaying during the test. I observed 6 valve protrusions of impairment. Lack of smooth pursuit, distinct sustained nystagmus at maximum deviation. Onset of nystagmus prior to 45 degrees in each eye. Walk and turn test. Was placed in position for walk and turn. Claim demonstrated the test. Asked him if he understood the test, that he did. Asked if he had any questions, he did not. Observed 7 cruise. He was moving while listening to the instructions, started walking before instructions were completed, did not step, heel to toe, used arms for balance, and stepped off the line and turned incorrectly. There's 4 clues on the one-way stand test. Were swing, put his foot down for balance, use his arm for balance, and hop. He was arrested for PDI and was given Miranda warnings, transferred to the State Highway Patrol Post. Was read the DMV 2065 form, provided the breast sample, which showed a result of .132. It's given a citation for OBI speed and higher than .08. Anything you wish to say, sir?
No, sir. No, sir.
No. All right, on the OBI, based on your test score, the way I kind of do is I have a sliding scale. The higher you test on the score, the higher I make the fine. So based on that, I'm gonna make it $650 on as well.
Reno County, thanks for your patience. Mr. Norton's counsel is trying to get logged on to the system. We'll be with you just as soon as possible.
Your
Once
Honor,
again, yes, Belen?
so I just talked to Mr. Watt's assistant. Apparently, we're gonna continue this out to the next pretrial conference date at his request.
Okay. We'll go ahead and go on the Zoom record in regards to State of Kansas versus Elliott Michael Norton, 25 CR 407. State of Kansas appears by Assistant Butler County Attorney.
Your Honor, that would be me.
Brett Sweeney. And the defendant, Mr. Norton, appears in person from the Reno County Jail. Mr. Watts, Mr. Norton's counsel, is having trouble getting logged on to this Zoom hearing. Mr. Watts has requested this matter be continued to the next pretrial conference plea docket, and that would be on May 1st, 2026 at 9 a.m. Friday, May 1st, 2026, 9 a.m. Any other matters, Mr. Sweeney?
No, Your Honor, I don't believe so.
And Mr. Norton, do you have any questions?
No, sir.
Court is in recess. You're free to go. Thank you to Reno County once again.
Yes, you're welcome, Your Honor. Have a good day.
And Mr. O'Hara, your case?
Your Honor, I have, excuse me, Clay Burgess. It's 25 CR 92.
Court goes on the Zoom record. Case is entitled State of Kansas versus Clayton Burgess, 25 CR 92. State of Kansas appears by Assistant Butler County Attorney Brett Sweeney. The defendant, Mr. Burgess, appears in person and by his attorney. That would be Mr.
Your Honor, it's Kevin Zolator appearing for Christopher O'Hara this morning.
Kevin Zolator appearing on behalf of Mr. Burgess. Matter does regularly come before the court this day. Pretrial conference plea docket and announcements to the court. Mr. Zolator.
Your Honor, my understanding is the parties are in plea negotiations. The defense is requesting a continuance and new setting of the pretrial conference and jury trial set for Monday. And my understanding is Mr. Sweeney has no objection.
And Mr. Sweeney, state's position.
That's accurate, Your Honor. I spoke with Mr. O'Hara yesterday, and that was my understanding of what the request would be, and then the state has no objection.
Court does schedule this matter once again for the next, Belen, how many do we have on that docket?
Give me one moment, Your Honor. At this time, we have 7.
All right, that'd be fine. We'll set this over to May 1st, 2026, 9 a.m. That's a Friday by Zoom on the pretrial conference plea docket. Friday, May 1st, 2026, 9 a.m. on the pretrial conference plea docket. Mr. Burgess, the court does continue you on the bond previously posted. I do order you to stay in contact and communication with your bail bondsman and Mr. Zolotar. Keep them both advised at all times, current address, telephone number, place of employment. Any other matters to come before the court? Mr. Sweeney
No, Your Honor. Thank you.
and Mr. Zolotar?
No, Your Honor. Thank you.
There being nothing further to come before the court, court is in recess. Mr. Burgess, you're free to go. Mr. O'Hara, you're free to go. Have a good day.
Thank you. Have a good weekend.
And Mr. Favre, you want to take up your case?
I do, Judge. I have two. It's Mr. Garth Gray. He's in the Butler County Jail. I apologize for my poor sound quality.
And your first client's name again?
It's Garth Gray.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Court goes on the Zoom record. Case is entitled State of Kansas versus Garth Gray, 25 CR 521. State of Kansas appears by Assistant Butler County Attorney Brett Sweeney. The defendant, Mr. Gray, appears in person and by court-appointed counsel Joe Favre. This matter does regularly come back before the court this date on the pretrial conference plea docket. And announcements to the court, Mr. Favre.
Judge, at this time, we'd like to request a brief continuance to your next pretrial docket. Mr. Sweeney and I have had some substantial conversations about this case, but we just haven't quite hit an agreement yet. So if we could have 30 days, I think we'll be able to work that out.
And Mr. Sweeney?
Your Honor, again, I have no objection to that request.
Court does grant the motion of the defendant for continuance. Court does schedule this matter for May 1, 2026 at 9 a.m. by Zoom. That is a Friday. Friday, May 1st, 2026, 9 a.m. by Zoom. Any other matters, Mr. Sweeney?
No, Your Honor. Thank you.
And Mr. Favre?
Not at this time, Your Honor. Thank you.
Any questions, Mr. Gray?
No, sir, Your Honor.
There being nothing further to come before the court, court is in recess. Have a good day, Mr. Gray.
Yes, sir.
Judge, I think that's all I have. Like,
Okay, you don't have any further cases, Joe? Okay.
That's it for me today, Judge.
Have a good day.
You too. Thanks.
Jorge, do you want to take up your case?
Yes, sir. Is that Mr. Hoff there at the detention center? If I can get a very quick breakout room with him real quick, he should be in and out.
Okay, this would be Mr. Hoff.
Mr.
Good
Hoff,
morning,
that's
Mr.
it.
Hoff.
Good morning.
We'll put you into a breakout room with Mr. De Hoyos in regards to confidential conference in regards to your case.
Okay.
Thank you, Judge. Thank you, everybody. As soon as Mr. Hoff is back in, we'll be ready to proceed with the plea. Thank you, everybody. As soon as Mr. Hoff is back in, we'll be ready to proceed with the plea.
And Mr. Sweeney, is that the state's understanding of the plea negotiations?
That's accurate, Your Honor. There are actually, I think, 4 counts associated. So the state would be dismissing counts 2, 3, and 4. And then I think just pretty standard for any of these plea agreements is that the state would be free to ask for restitution on all counts, including dismiss as well.
Thank you, Mr. Sweeney. And Mr. De Hoyos, is that the defense understanding of the plea negotiations?
That's the way I understand it. I believe that's the way Mr. Hoff understands it.
Thank you, Mr. De Hoyos and Mr. Sweeney. Mr. Hoff, Mr. De Hoyos has advised the court you do wish to enter a plea of no contest to count one only, vehicular burglary, a severity level 9 non-person felony. The successful plea to count 1 would result in a dismissal of all other counts, and the state would be free to argue for restitution on all counts. Is that your understanding of the plea negotiations?
Yes, Your Honor.
There are a number of questions that I do need to ask you in order to ascertain whether you are knowingly and voluntarily entering your plea. Sir, how old are you?
I'm 38.
Are you married or single?
Single.
Are you employed?
Yeah.
What type of work have you done in the past?
I used to paint. I painted for 13 years. I painted houses. I built pallets for 2 years, and I've worked fast food for a number of years.
What is the highest education level you have obtained?
8th grade.
If at any time during the course of these proceedings you do not understand a question, please feel free to consult with Mr. De Hoyos, or please feel free to ask me to explain more fully. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Have there been any promises or threats made to you which have influenced you to plead no contest?
No, Your Honor.
I understand there have been certain plea negotiations entered into between your counsel and counsel for the state. Do you understand, even though the attorneys may make certain recommendations in regards to sentence, the decision in regards to sentence is mine, pursuant to the sentencing guidelines for the state of Kansas?
Yes, Your Honor.
When you plead no contest, you surrender and waive certain legal rights you would otherwise have if you chose to go to trial. You understand you have the right to a speedy trial where your guilt or innocence would be determined by a jury, or if you chose to waive a jury, by a judge.
Yes, Your Honor.
You understand at such a trial, you'd have the right to confront the witnesses against you and have them cross-examined by your attorney.
Yes, Your Honor.
You understand at such a trial, you would have the right to subpoena witnesses who may have information favorable to you and call them to testify in your behalf.
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you understand at such a trial, it would be the burden of the state to prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt on each element of the charges against you before you could be found guilty?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you understand the judge and the jury must presume you are innocent until the state proves otherwise, if ever beyond a reasonable doubt?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you understand if convicted at such a trial, you'd have the right to ask the court for a new trial? And if denied, would have the right to appeal your conviction and your sentence to the appellate courts of the state of Kansas?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you understand you're giving up each one of these rights if you plead no contest?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you understand the sentence the court may impose?
Yes, Your Honor.
You could be sentenced anywhere from 5 to 17 months in prison if you would have a criminal history of one person and one non-person felony or less. There's a presumption you would be placed on probation. You would have a criminal history of two-person felonies or more. There is a presumption you would be placed in prison. As you appear before the court today, I do not know what your criminal history is, if any. You would best know what your criminal history would be. Do you have any question as to the sentence the court may impose?
No, Your Honor.
Do you understand, in addition to the possible sentence and fine, the court will order payment of court cost? I may require you to pay restitution for any personal injury or property loss. I may impose administrative cost of a probation program and may require you to reimburse the state for your indigent legal fees.
Yes, Your Honor.
Have you ever been a judge mentally ill by a court?
No. No, Your Honor.
Ever had a guardianship or conservatorship set up to handle your affairs?
No, Your Honor.
Are you presently under the influence of any intoxicating liquors or drugs?
No, sir.
Have you had plenty of time to discuss this case with your attorney?
Yes, Your Honor.
Would you like any more time to talk to Mr. De Hoyos in regards to the matters that we have just discussed?
No, Your Honor.
Keeping in mind all matters we have discussed, is it still your wish to plead no contest?
Yes, Your Honor.
The court at this time will accept a factual basis from the state. Mr. Sweeney.
Thank you, Your Honor. Your Honor, the state believes the evidence would be that on November 9th, 2025, that officers with the Augusta Department of Public Safety were notified that there were some missing items from a vehicle. The officers were able to identify a witness of the vehicle burglary theft, which did happen in the location of 500 block of Edgewood Street in Augusta, which is, of course, in Butler County, Kansas. And the witness stated that she noticed a person with she gave a description of the clothing that the individual was wearing, and that person appeared to be essentially breaking into the vehicle. They later would find a vehicle, 2008 Chevy Malibu, that was located on Dyke Road and stopped for a traffic violation. The persons in the vehicle, one of those individuals was Alan Jeffrey Hoff, and inside that vehicle were items that had that were corresponding and linked to the burglary of the vehicle. And then further, Mr. Hoff, his clothing matched the description that the witness had stated she saw when she saw someone breaking into that same vehicle. So given those facts, I think that would support a factual basis for the conviction here today.
Thank you, Mr. Sweeney. And Mr. Hoff, do you know of any reason why the court should not accept your plea?
No, Your Honor, I don't.
And Mr. De Hoyos?
I know of no reason why you shouldn't move forward with the plea, Judge.
Mr. Hoff, the court does find that you are alert and intelligent, that you understand the charges and appreciate the consequences of pleading no contest. I further find you understand the rights you're giving up by pleading no contest. I do find the facts of the case to be sufficient to find you guilty vehicular burglary as set forth in count 1, severity level 9, non-person felony. The court further finds your decision to plead no contest is freely given and that you have had the advice of a good attorney with whom you are well satisfied. Therefore, once again, I do accept your plea of no contest and find you guilty. Count 1, vehicular burglary, severity level 9, non-person felony. Court grants the motion of the state to dismiss all other counts. Court does schedule your sentencing.
City of South Lebanon, Ohio, case number 26 CV 100587. Counsel, could you please enter your appearances for the record, please?
Yes, Your Honor. My name is Tim Burke, representing Rebecca Lands. With me is one of our associates, Haley, Haellie Gordon.
Morning, Judge. Chase Kirby, Law Director on behalf of the City of South Lebanon.
All right, we had the opportunity to talk about this a little bit in chambers. We are here today on the motion for temporary restraining order. It's my understanding, Mr. Kirby, that the city is going to stipulate that for the purposes of this hearing only, the affidavit and the documents that were filed in support are what they purport to be.
That's right, Judge. We would stipulate to the admissibility. We would not necessarily agree with the contents of them.
Okay. Mr. Burke, any additional evidence that you want to put on in support of your motion at this time?
No, Your Honor.
All right. Mr. Kirby?
Your Honor, the city will call Chris Hacker.
You can raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you will give in these proceedings to be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
All right, go ahead, Mr. Kirby.
Big Judge. Sir, could you please state your full name and spell your last name for the record?
Christopher James Hacker, Hacker.
And sir, how are you currently employed?
I am the city administrator for the city of South Lebanon, Ohio.
What are your duties and responsibilities as the city administrator?
The oversight of all general operations outside of finance. So public works, utilities, utility billing, as well as, again, the building and zoning office.
How long have you been so employed?
Right at 3 months.
And as part of your position, do you attend city council meetings?
Yes.
And when do those occur for South Lebanon?
City council meets on the first and third Thursday of each month.
Okay. And what time do those occur?
Regular council meetings start at 6:00 p.m.
And do those take place at the city building?
Yes, they do.
How many entrances exist for the public for those meetings?
There's one public entrance, the main or front doors on High Street.
Okay. I want to bring your attention back to February of this year. Were you notified of a problem with respect to the doors automatically locking?
Yes, I was.
How were you first notified of that concern?
Received an email the morning after the council meeting had occurred.
And from whom did you receive that?
That was from Rebecca Lance.
Okay. And I'm sorry, did you say when you received that?
I received it the next morning. I do not recall the time and date it was sent.
Okay. And can you describe what you did in response to that email that you got?
At that point, we looked at the schedule and examined the schedule that is programmed for the doors and did find that the existing schedule had the doors unlock 30 minutes before the start of the meeting and were scheduled to lock 30 minutes after the start of the meeting.
Okay. As we sit here right now, do you know or do you have any personal knowledge of when that auto lock function activates now?
As of now, the auto lock is 10:30 PM. And so if council adjourns prior to that, they are manually locked.
Okay. Now, what would happen if a council meeting, God forbid, ran past 10:30 PM?
We would likely request that our representative from the Warren County Sheriff's Department position himself at the front door so that if anybody attempted to gain entrance, he could allow them in.
Okay. Yesterday was Thursday. Was there a meeting that occurred yesterday?
Yes.
What time was that at?
6 o'clock PM.
Were the doors open for the duration of that meeting?
Yes, they were.
How do you know that?
I personally checked before and after, and the sergeant from the Warren County Sheriff's Department was out front and also checked the doors throughout the course of the meeting.
Okay. Does the city stream the meetings publicly?
Yes.
How does that occur?
Objection, Your Honor. No.
What's the relevance of that, Mr. Kirby?
I'll withdraw the question.
Okay.
Is there any concern moving forward that the doors are going to be locked during a open meeting?
No.
Nothing further, Judge.
Mr. Burke, Ms. Gordon, who's going to be doing the examination?
May I have just a moment, Your Honor?
Sure.
No questions, Your Honor.
Do I understand, Mr. Hacker, for at least some portion of an open meeting, the door was locked?
Yes.
All right. Anything based on that question?
When was that?
I believe it was February the 19th was the meeting. And that meeting ran beyond 6:30. So from 6:30 and after, under the old schedule, those doors were locked.
And is it also true that the doors were locked during some portion of the March 19th meeting?
Yes.
No other questions, Your Honor.
Thank you, Mr. Hacker. You can step down. Next witness?
That's all, Judge.
Anything in rebuttal?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
Rebecca Lands.
Can you raise your right hand? Do you swear or affirm that you can stand? Yes, I can. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you will give in these proceedings to be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Ms. Lands, state your name, please.
Yep, Rebecca Lance.
And you are the plaintiff in this case.
Correct.
And you attempted to attend meetings of the South Lebanon Council on both February 19th and March 19th.
Correct, of 2026.
And what time did you arrive to attend the March 19th meeting?
6:09 p.m.
And what happened when you attempted to enter the building?
The doors were locked, the keypad was red.
And were you ultimately able to get into the March 19th meeting?
At the very end of the meeting, when a police officer personally unlocked the door and let us in.
And how did it happen that the police officer came to unlock the door, if you know?
To my understanding, Councilmember David Smith announced that his father could not enter the courtroom.
And you had called me.
Correct.
That day
I communicated with you.
Standing outside the door as well, correct?
Yes, as well. Yep.
And you're aware of the fact that I emailed Mr. Hacker?
Yes.
No other questions, Your Honor.
Mr. Kirby?
David Smith is your boyfriend?
He is my current boyfriend, yes.
Okay. Do you guys live together?
We do not.
Okay. And David Smith's dad is the former mayor of the city of South Lebanon. Is that right?
As I understand.
Nothing further, Judge.
Anything else for this witness?
No, Your Honor.
Thank you, ma'am. You can step down. Anything else?
Nothing from me at this point, Your Honor.
Mr. Kirby, any other evidence?
No, Judge.
So I am inclined to grant the temporary restraining order. I don't think that it makes sense for us to dive into the validity of the legislation. I don't think I have enough evidence on which to decide that. I also think that it makes sense for the parties to do some discovery. I am only concerned with the openness of the meetings going forward. I understand, Mr. Kirby, the city is not in a position to consent to that, but I'm going to go ahead and order it, but Mr. Burke, you have a problem that your TRO is going to expire in 14 days. Are we coming back for another hearing in 14 days, or are we going to agree that this TRO is going to stay in effect and then set this for a hearing in May, late May-ish, let you guys do some discovery?
Judge, I'm really not in a position to answer that because we're in the position where we're getting defense counsel, and I'd like to confer with her before we respond with any substance to that question. So,
okay.
We haven't even been served a copy of the complaint by certified mail anyway. So I would like to at least get that, review it with the counsel, review it with defense counsel, and go from there.
Your Honor, we sent all of the court documents to him even prior to filing this, so he has had them for a while. I don't object to him having the opportunity to consult with, I presume, insurance defense counsel for the city. I've had to do that in my prior practice as well. I would hope, depending on who it is, that they would agree to an extension of the TRO until we can schedule and conduct the full hearing.
Okay, because you got another problem, which is I'm leaving for 2 weeks on vacation. So I can schedule this on the 17th, which is the day that the order would expire. And I can put it on Magistrate Heisley's docket, or one of the other judges can hear it.
I guess under the circumstances, we don't have much choice except to request you do that.
All right, how's 11 o'clock?
Be necessary.
That works for me, Judge.
All right, we'll put it on the 17th at 11 o'clock, and we'll figure that part out. Anything else for today?
No, Your Honor.
No, Your Honor.
Okay. We're in recess. I'll give you a written decision.
Hearing. I'm going to suggest in the interim that you would contact your landlord or the attorney's office and see if you can work out a payment arrangement that can work for you by way of a conditional dismissal. All right?
All righty, thank you.
Thank you. Harbor House versus Michelle Fant.
Yes, Your Honor, I'm present.
Joe Joseph
for the plaintiff.
Thank you. All right. And what is plaintiff's claim?
Judge, we show rent to retain of $3,564 plus court costs of $172, totaling $37.36 through today's date.
All right. And ma'am, how are you intending on getting that paid?
Your Honor, if I may, I could pay
the $2,011 on April 10th of this month, next week, and if I may, make out payment arrangements for the remainder.
Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do in this case. I'm going to adjourn this out to April 10th, 2026 at 2 p.m. That's an in-person hearing. I'm going to suggest that you make that payment, your 2,000 plus on, that you make that as early as you possibly can on that date, okay?
Yes, sir. Mm-hmm.
And that in the interim, either contact your apartment complex or the attorney's office to see if you can work out a conditional dismissal, okay?
Okay, will do, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Take care. Have a great weekend.
Thank you, likewise. Okay.
Arbor House versus Diane Vitato. Diane Vitato. They are not checked in. You may proceed, counsel.
Judge, I believe that case might have been dismissed. What's the case number ending?
Ending in 1059.
I do not have that one up. Can we adjourn that? I just want to make sure.
Yes, absolutely. I'll adjourn this out to April 10th, 2026, 2 p.m.
Okay, thank you.
Six Trails versus Olivia Berkey.
Joe Joseph for plaintiff.
Olivia Berkey?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, there you are. Okay. All right, what is plaintiff's claim in this case?
Judge, we shall run to retain through today's date of $2,663. Court costs are $172, totaling $2,835.
All right, ma'am, how are you intending on getting that paid?
I have a money order of $400. I know it's not much, but it's better than nothing to turn into the office today. I plan on making a minimum of a $500 weekly payment to get caught up. But I assume on the papers that were sent via mail that we will have to evict from the premises, though, if I'm correct.
Okay, I don't know what you meant by that last part, but wait.
Well, the court paper that got sent to me said that in the name of the people of the state of Michigan, you're notified. The plaintiff has filed a complaint against you and wants to evict you from the address.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. I've never gone through this before, Your Honor. So I'm
that's okay. I can kind of tell.
Okay.
I'd like to say that myself, but I've been doing this a minute. Okay. Yeah. So here's what happens on a non-payment case. On a non-payment case, an opportunity is being given. You're not automatically evicted. An opportunity. Okay. Does that help you out a little bit?
It does, yes.
Okay. Okay. So an opportunity is given for you to try to get the amount of money paid to the landlord.
Okay. Okay. That makes me feel a whole lot better. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, you're smiling. You're not like so serious. You were scaring me for a minute.
I was scared myself. I turned all red.
Okay. I'm sure you were. All right. So you're going to pay $400. When are you going to get that paid, young lady?
Right after I get off this Zoom meeting. I was going to go right up to the office and turn my money order in of $400 and then make a weekly Thursday payment of a minimum of $500.
So you're going to pay at least $500 by next Thursday?
Yes.
Okay, so that'll be the 9th. So I'm going to put that in the file.
Okay.
So that gets you down there. And then what I will do is I'm going to adjourn this out for an in-person hearing, April 10th, 2026 at 2 p.m.
Perfect.
Okay. In the meantime, what I'm going to suggest that you do is you contact the landlord or the landlord's attorney's office to see if you can work out a payment plan. You've got something in mind that you can do. See if that will work with them. And the way that works, so you don't worry, if they do it, then they may give a consent judgment where you have the time to get everything caught up. That's one way that it's done. The preferable way is a conditional order dismissal, which would lay out the payments that you have to make. And if you don't make those payments, then you could be subject to eviction or that kind of thing. If you can't work something out, you guys come in here and then I'll work something out. We'll figure it out.
Appreciate it. Okay, I appreciate you. Okay,
Is that better?
it's much better. Thank you.
All right, because like I said, you were stressing me out, and I don't
I
need
was
to be.
stressed myself. I have a young daughter. She's sleeping
Well,
right now.
You were sharing it, so okay.
I'm
All right.
sorry. Okay.
It's okay. We'll see you next week. You have a wonderful, blessed weekend. All right.
You as well. Happy Easter.
Yes, ma'am.
Bye.
Six Trails versus Denise Jones.
Joe Joseph for plaintiff.
Say not.
Not, and I have a service in jail.
You have service in JS. All right. Denise Johnson, not here. You may proceed.
Thank you, Judge. At this time, we would move the court for entry of a default judgment possession only. We show rent retained through today's date of $2,757 plus court costs of $172. That totals $29.29 with a writ date of April 13th. That's my information, knowledge, and belief that the defendant's not a minor in the active military or otherwise incompetent, and the property has been kept fit for habitability. It's intended use and complies with all state and local laws.
Judgment to the plaintiff. That is by default for possession. Redemption amount, any amount requested. Writ to issue in 10 days. Arbor House versus Tanisha Hinton. That matter is dismissed on plaintiff's motion without prejudice. I think that's it for you, sir.
It is, Judge. Thanks so much. Have a great weekend.
You do the same.
Thank you.
Peninsular Place versus Jordan Bell.
Good morning, Your Honor. Rebecca Austin for plaintiff.
Jordan Bell. There is no response. You raise your right hand. I'll let you proceed. Solemnly swear or affirm. Testimony you're about to give will be the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God.
I do, Your Honor.
All right, go ahead.
Honor, request of possession only, default judgment, rents retained is $672.27, court cost of $177.72 for a total judgment of $909.99. On information and belief, Mr. Bell is over the age of 18, not in active military service, not incompetent, and the premises were kept in the use intended.
Judgment to the plaintiff. That is by default for possession. Redemption amount is in the amount requested with the writ to issue in 10 days.
Your Honor.
Thank you. Peninsular Place versus Raya Hill.
Rebecca Austin for plaintiff, Your Honor. That case is going to be dismissed on plaintiff's motion, please.
That case is dismissed on plaintiff's motion without prejudice. Court does call the case of Peninsular Place versus Laura Goodwin.
Rebecca Austin for plaintiff, Your Honor.
Hello, I am here.
Ms. Goodwin?
Hello.
Hello. I don't know why she's not showing up on my screen. Yeah, could you say hello again?
Hi.
Ran into the queue. Oh, there you are. Okay, hello.
Hi.
Nice. All right. What is plaintiff's claim in this case?
Your Honor, this is a non-payment of rent case. There's currently past due rent in the amount of $930.48, court cost of $177.72, for a total of $1,108.20. And you should have a proposed consent judgment, hopefully, in your file.
I do. However, I don't know that I can enter it on this first date because she doesn't have counsel. All right, Ms. Goodwin?
Yes. Yes.
All right. Basically, you guys have entered into a consent judgment.
Yes.
As to how you're going to pay this?
Yes.
Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I can't enter this on the first date because you don't have counsel present. All right?
Okay.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to adjourn this to April 10th, 2026 at 2 p.m. Okay, that normally is an in-person hearing, but what I will, and I'll let my staff know, we'll let you appear via Zoom since you guys have worked this out, and then I can enter that judgment on that date. Okay.
Okay, you said I need like I'm assuming representation.
Well, I can't enter it because you don't have an attorney at this first hearing.
Okay, so the
Okay.
same. I'm sorry, I'm at work. I apologize for loudness. But so the same. I heard you say something else to someone else regarding getting one and contacting one. Is that the same procedures and precautions that I need to take as well?
In terms of contacting the attorney's office?
Yes.
You can do that if you'd like, but it looks like you guys have already worked this out.
Yeah, we have. Like I have
Okay.
I apologize. Go ahead.
No, it's okay. You guys have already worked this out. I just can't because you don't have an attorney. I can't enter this judgment today.
Okay, so do I need to get an attorney myself is my question.
Okay. Oh, right. You can if you want, but you don't have to.
Okay, well, cool. If I don't have to and that everything will be fixed on the 10th, then I'm okay with that.
You're okay with that?
Yeah, I'm all right.
Okay. All right. What, you don't like attorneys?
No, it's not like that.
No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
I
You
just
don't have
figured
to answer
because
that.
like everything was kind of figured out before I got here that it would be kind of like a smooth sailing situation. So that's kind of why I didn't know if I needed one or not.
No, it looks like when I look it over, it looks like it's good. You guys have worked it all out. I just can't do anything today on it.
Oh, of course, I understand.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. You take care. Have a great weekend.
You too. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Peninsula Place versus Michaela Biles.
Good morning, Your Honor. Rebecca Austin for plaintiff.
Tyler Biles. Not present. You may proceed.
Your Honor, I request the default judgment for possession only, rent to retain is $749.67, court cost of $177.72 for a total of $927.39. Upon information and belief, Ms. Biles is over the age of 18, not in military service, otherwise within the jurisdiction of this court, and the premises are kept for the use intended.
All right, judgment to the plaintiff. By default, for possession, redemption amount in the amount requested, writ issue in 10 days.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Peninsula Place versus, is it Kermasa? Is it Gladzar? Gladzar? They are not checked in. You may proceed.
Your Honor, we had worked out a tentative consent judgment with this defendant, and so perhaps could we just adjourn it a week? I don't want to default her. She had a payment plan.
Got it.
All right.
It looks like it's only 177. That's
I don't
absolutely appropriate
either, because that doesn't really match what my so in the next week I'll figure it all out.
Okay. April 10th, 2026 at 2 p.m. Court calls the case at Peninsula Place versus John Chanu.
Good morning, Your Honor. Rebecca Austin for plaintiff.
John Chanu, not present. You may proceed.
Your Honor, request a default judgment for possession only, rent to retain $699.67 for costs of $75. Total judgment $774.67. Upon information and belief, Mr. Chanu is over the age of 18, not in active military service, otherwise within the jurisdiction of the court. And this premises were kept in reasonable repair during the term of the lease.
Judgment to the plaintiff. That's by default for possession. Redemption amount in the amount requested with a writ issue 10 days.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Hold it up. Good. Court calls the case of Peninsula Place versus Jeremy Jackson.
Good morning, Your Honor. Rebecca Austin for plaintiff.
Hello.
My screen is not working, but Mr. Jackson, say your name again, please.
Jeremy Jackson.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. What is plaintiff's claim in this case?
Payment of rent case, Your Honor. Mr. Jackson currently owes $718.48. It looks like he essentially owes April rent.
That total amount is how much, counsel?
$1,848.
You broke up on me. It's okay. Just give me the number again, please.
71848.
Got it. Okay, that's what I thought. All right, Mr. Jackson, how are you going to get that paid?
I'm actually not sure where that figure came from, as my rent is only $624 per month. But I just paid April's rent this month. I mean, not this month, today, as of this morning before the hearing.
Okay, so probably what you have is you have your rental amount plus court costs.
I paid the court costs. The court costs would have been from March's rent. I paid the entirety of March's rent as well as the court costs. Because the judgment is for March, not April.
No, we're in April. So
no,
April is now included, sir.
Oh, I understand that, but they filed before April, is what I'm saying. They filed in March.
I understand that.
So,
but whatever rent comes due, they're entitled to a judgment for. So since we're past April 1st, they're entitled to take a judgment for April rent.
I'm not quite.
Counsel, did you? Pardon?
I don't quite understand how that works.
Okay, so if they file in the middle of March and you owe March, if you don't get everything paid before we get to April, or the court date comes to April, then they're entitled to, let's say you paid nothing, they're entitled to go after March and April.
Okay. But if
Counsel, go ahead. What, sir?
If I paid the balance before April, then does that make a difference, or?
Well, it could, but I don't know if that happened in this case.
Rent was paid in full by March 27th.
Do you see that? Do you see that?
I do, Your Honor. It looks like he was down to a zero balance at the end of March, but then because of the court date being in April, they added April rent on and kept him in court.
Well, then you can't do that. Although he was saying it wrong, you can't do that. The judgment could go for that if he owed something as of the end of March, but he didn't. So he's paid through. So effectively, this matter has to be dismissed.
We'll dismiss it then, Your Honor.
Case is dismissed. That's without prejudice. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Court does call the case of Peninsula Place versus Donovan Ford.
Rebecca Austin, plaintiff, Your Honor.
Donovan Ford, not present. You may proceed.
Your Honor, to request a default judgment for possession only. Rent to retain is $633.72. Court cost of $75 for a total of $708.72. Upon information and belief, Mr. Ford is over the age of 18, not in military service, not incompetent in this map. These premises were kept fit for the use intended.
Judgment to the plaintiff. That's by default for possession. Redemption amount is in the amount requested with a writ to issue in 10 days.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Court calls the case of Peninsula Place versus Camille Cox.
Morning, Your Honor. Austin for plaintiff.
Hi, I'm here.
Okay. Need a camera if you have it. Oh, there you are. Okay. How much is owing?
Your Honor, with court cost $819.67.
All right. Ms. Cox, how are you intending on getting that paid?
So I paid $519 before April 1st. I had paid that. I don't know where 8 come from.
Hold on a second. Did she get down to a zero balance by the end of March?
You did, Your Honor. Would you like me to dismiss this as well?
She did? Okay. Ms. Cox, it's your lucky day. Case is dismissed.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Okay. Have a good weekend.
Thank you, you too.
Peninsula Place versus, is it Zari Goss?
Rebecca Austin for plaintiff, Your Honor.
Zari Goss, you may proceed.
Your Honor, to request a default judgment for possession only, rent to retain $1,171.67, court cost of $177.72, for a balance of $1,349.39. Upon information, believe Ms. Goss is over the age of 18, not in active military service, not incompetent, and these premises are kept fit for the use intended.
All right. Judgment to the plaintiff by default for possession, redemption amount in the amount requested, writ issue in 10 days.
Your Honor.
Peninsula Place versus Jonathan Weathers.
Morning, Your Honor. Rebecca Austin.
I'm here.
Jonathan Weathers.
I'm here. You hear me?
Okay. Yep, we can hear you, sir. All right. Plaintiff, what's plaintiff's claim in this case?
This is a non-payment of rent case. Total due is $914.72. And you do also have a proposed consent judgment that I understand will have to get entered next week.
Yes. All right. Sir, you guys have entered into a consent judgment. I can't do anything with it today. So I'm going to have to adjourn this out. I have to adjourn it out to April 10th, 2026 at 2 p.m. That's an in-person hearing. But I would permit, since you guys have already worked it out, for you guys to appear via Zoom, for you to appear via Zoom, so that we can just put that on the record. Okay, sir?
Okay. Well, what time is the Zoom? What time does the Zoom call be? I gotta be at work on that day.
It'll be at 2 o'clock.
Okay. I'll try to make sure I can be in there, and I'll make an arrangement or something like that. Come in, I can make it on there.
Okay. Very good. All right. Thank you, sir.
Yep. Have a nice day now. Take care.
All right. Peninsula Place versus Andreas Smith Jr.
Morning, Your Honor. Rebecca Austin for plaintiff. Your Honor, we're going to dismiss this case. It's paid in full.
Case is dismissed on plaintiff's motion without prejudice. Peninsula Place versus Janae Martin.
Good morning, Your Honor. Rebecca Austin for plaintiff.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning. You didn't come to my screen, so can you try that again for me?
Oh, yep, sorry. Good morning.
Why? I don't know why it's doing what it's doing. Anyway. All right.
She has that black little hat.
I know where she is. All right. What is plaintiff's claim?
This is a non-payment of rent case. There's currently past due rent of $1,635.22. Court cost of $177.72 for a judgment of $1,812.94.
All right. So Martin, how are you going to get that paid? Let me put it that way.
I was also gonna request to do a payment plan. I start working next week and I would get paid weekly, but I wouldn't get paid until the week after that, which is technically not for another 2 weeks. So I would need to get in contact with someone about that to try to make weekly payments that way.
Okay.
Be able to pay that balance off, if that's okay.
Okay, I got you. Here's what the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to adjourn your case 1 week out to April 10th, 2026 at 2 p.m. That's an in-person hearing.
Okay.
What I'm going to suggest that you do is contact the attorney's office there she is, Holly. Holly's here.
Okay.
So she loves talking to people, apparently. So contact Holly, go down to the office and see if you guys can work something out. All right, Ms. Martin?
Okay. Thank you.
All right. We'll see you next week. Take care.
You too.
Peninsula Place versus Jada. Is it Shirar?
Yes, Your Honor.
Good morning, Your Honor. Rebecca Austin for plaintiff.
Now they're back on this screen. All right. What is plaintiff's claim?
Rent's a non-payment of rent case. There's currently past due rent of $1,154.67, court cost of $75 for a total of $1,229.67.
All right. Ma'am, how are you going to get that paid?
So I paid my March rent on March 18th.
when they put a 7-day quit or pay my rent, I am going through a financial hardship right now. My checks are getting garnished and they're taking like $400 each of my check. So I originally tried to pay my rent on time. I ended up paying $500 on the first. I ended up paying like $300 on the 13th. And then originally everything was due on the 18th. They filed, I got basically like a court of $102 payment, which was paid on March 21st. My March rent is paid in full with the court fee. I only owe April. And my
Hold on, Mr. R. Mr. R. Hold on. All right. No, you're trying to tell me a lot. Just take a breath for a minute, okay? All right. Here's the deal. Trust me on this. I'm not letting anything happen to you I'm just not letting anything happen. So just take a breath for a minute. I know you're trying to tell me everything, but let me ask this, counsel. Did she have all of her March rent paid by?
She did, Your Honor. We will dismiss this case.
All right. See, Mr. R? I think I knew that's where you were trying to head. So this case is going to be dismissed.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. You'll make a good lawyer one day. All right. Have a good weekend.
You too.
All right. Peninsula Place versus Jomar Pye.
Good morning, Your Honor. Rebecca Austin for plaintiff.
Hey, how you doing?
Okay. I don't know why this is acting this way. It should come right to my screen. State your name again, sir. Oh, there you are. Never mind. I found you. All right. You guys have worked out a consent judgment, but I can't enter it today. All right, sir?
Yeah.
So you're unrepresented by counsel.
I was in the positive before.
I'm sorry?
I said, I only owe April rent. I was in the positive before this.
He was, Your Honor, also at a zero balance at the end of the month, so we'll dismiss if you'd like.
Okay. So we'll dismiss your case, sir, okay?
Appreciate it.
All right. Take care. Have a good weekend. Peninsula Place versus Danielle Sexton.
Rebecca Austin for plaintiff, Your Honor.
Danielle Sexton.
Hi.
Hello. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. Thanks for asking. Nobody ever cares about the judge. All right. Counsel, how much is owing?
Your Honor, pass-through rent of $1,277.57, court cost of $177.72 for a total of $1,455.29.
All right. Ms. Sexton, how are you intending on getting that?
I paid rent for this month this morning before the call, so that just has to go through. And then I will have
rent for, hold on. You paid rent for what month?
April.
All right. So how much did you pay this morning?
$710.
Okay. All right. So you don't have that counsel on your sheet, right?
I do not, Your Honor, and she did owe for March and April.
Right. Correct. Okay.
I do not have that.
So that actually gets applied, young lady, that actually gets applied to March, but that's okay.
Okay.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay. So when do you think you get the balance paid?
I have half of it. I'll have half of it by tonight, and then I should have the other half by Monday.
Okay. So you think you'll be able to get everything paid before the 10th, certainly, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So here's what I'll do. I'll just indicate in the file that you're going to have the balance paid. I'll just pick a date next week by the 8th, let's say.
Okay.
Okay. I'll adjourn your case out to the 10th, 2026 at 2 p.m. That's an in-person hearing, but if you've got everything paid and you're sure you got everything paid, I don't need to see you.
Okay. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you. Have a good weekend.
You too.
Peninsula Place versus Isis Cunningham.
Rebecca Austin for plaintiff, Your Honor.
Hello.
Isis. Hello, Ms. Cunningham. I'll need a
Hello.
camera. Oh, there you are. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, how much is owing?
Past due rent, $1,340.88. Court cost of $177.72 for a total of $1,518.60.
Okay, Ms. Cunningham, how are you intending on getting that paid?
Could I get the total cost of it again? Sorry.
The total is $1,518.60.
Okay, thank you. I will have March, what I owed for March, paid up to date by today at the end of the day, and then I'll have April's rent taken care of by the 9th of April. I'm just curious on if another court fee was added to my account, because when I received my paperwork, I originally owed like $6 something, and then with the court costs and late fees, it was $809, and my rent is $641. So I did the math from how much I currently owe, and I was just curious on why it's $718.
Well, the statutory attorney fees added in, Your Honor, that extra $75.
Okay, so there's a 75 that got added. That wasn't there before. Okay.
But yeah, everything will be taken care of before the next court hearing.
Okay, so all right. So you're gonna have everything paid by the 9th.
Yes.
All right. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna indicate in file that you have the balance by the 9th. I will adjourn this out to April 10th, 2026, 2 p.m. That's an in-person hearing. But if you have everything paid, I don't need to see you. But if everything's not paid, you'll need to come down.
Yes, I know.
You know? Okay, all right.
I don't know if you remember me, but I came last at the end, and you were like, it was amazing how I had got so much paid down within a short time. Because I do take care of my stuff, it's just I need a little time.
Okay, I don't necessarily remember, but you know that you're good. Okay, all right
thank
then. You have a great weekend.
You as well.
All right, Peninsula Place versus Carly Kennedy. That matter's dismissed on plaintiff's motion without prejudice. And I think that's it for you, counsel.
Is it
and Holly? I think that's it. You guys have a great, great, great weekend.
You too. Thank you.
All right. Court does call the case of South Washington Properties versus Matthew Taylor.
Morning, Your Honor. Stephen Jensen appearing on behalf of the plaintiff.
Matthew Taylor. Not checked in?
Not checked.
If you raise your right, well, have you, I don't know if I have a second mailing. There was no second mailing on it. So counsel, I'll have to adjourn this out 1 week. Adjourn this out to April 10th, 2026 at 2 p.m. That's an in-person hearing. And then we can take care of you then, Mr. Jensen.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. Good seeing you, sir.
Yes, you too.
What do I have here? All right. Dalver Properties versus Douglas Hollingsworth.
Good morning, Your Honor. Jillian Engen for plaintiff.
All right. Hollingsworth?
Yes, I'm here.
All right. I'll need a camera, sir.
I'm trying to get that going now. I don't know why it's not popping up. Let me see here. Oh, here we go. I got it.
Oh, there you are.
Yeah. How's it go?
There you are. I didn't expect him to look like that. Why do you look like? No, I'm just kidding. All right. What is plaintiff's claim in this case?
Your Honor, including court costs, I have $4,325.
All right. Sir, how are you intending on getting that paid?
So I had a meeting with Hawk yesterday. They said I was approved and that they would pay it. They got in contact with Shakol Aliko, my landlord, and they've been in contact, so they have made arrangements.
Okay, but so they're gonna pay up to $3,000, right?
Yeah, and I'm waiting on a response from DHS as well. They said I should be approved for that. It was just everything got put in.
Okay, but how many people are in your household?
Me and my daughter, too.
Two? Okay, so this, just so you know, DHS is gonna pay a maximum of only $520. So you're still gonna be short to get yourself down to that 3,000.
Well, I'll get another check on the 15th of April. So I should be able to make a significant payment. As long as I can get what the remainder is.
I got you. So here's the deal. Here's what I'll do. Counsel, you don't know anything about that hog payment?
No, Your Honor, but it might just make sense to put it out 2 weeks.
2 weeks? Okay.
Yep.
Great. So young man, here's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to adjourn you to the 10th. I'm going to adjourn you to the 17th. I have that right.
Yes.
So I'm going to adjourn you to April 17th, 2026 at 1 p.m. That's an in-person hearing, so you'll need to come down to the courthouse. But if Hawk pays, even if DHS doesn't, but if Hawk pays, that other check comes in, you get everything paid. I'm not going to need to see if you're down to a zero balance.
Okay. Does anybody know how what exactly the balance will be after that payment? Since you know the amount that Hawk is willing to pay.
If Hawk pays the maximum, but I don't have verification of that because they took my liaison officer out. But if you have the 3,000, you'll have about 1,325 if DHS pays nothing.
I think there will be a $50 late fee. So
and then there'll be another late fee on it. But
$13.75, I think is what it would be.
Okay.
All right.
Let's
do it this way. We got 2 weeks out. Try to get that balance down as low as you can. If you get it all paid off, great. And then if not, we'll see you on the 17th. We'll get the rest of it worked out. Okay?
Okay. Yes, Your Honor.
All right. You take care, sir.
You as well. Thank you.
Eladot Property Management versus Nicole Freeland and Aaron Gates.
Jillian Engen for plaintiff.
We're here, sir.
Nicole Freeland.
Aaron Gates.
Oh, okay. There they are. Okay. How much is owing?
I have a balance including court costs of $2,081.83.
All right. And folks, how are you going to get that paid?
We're going to make a $600 payment today. And for week to week, we're going to be making at least $500 payment.
Every week?
Yes, sir.
All right. So here's what I'm going to suggest that you do. I'm going to put this out to the 10th next week. Contact the plaintiff's attorney's office and see if you could work out a payment plan by way of a conditional dismissal or a consent judgment to try to get this paid. All right, is how you're going to do it. Okay?
Appreciate it. Thank you.
All right. Is that okay with you, Ms. Freeland? He just kept talking. It is? Okay. That's
yes.
All right. As long as it's okay with you. I don't know what he's doing. He's just.
You keep messing with me, Judge. I like it.
I'm just saying, let her talk. I understand her better than you. All right. All right. You guys have a great, blessed weekend.
You as well.
All right.
Bye.
River Drive Apartments versus Alyssa Franklin.
Jillian Engen for plaintiff.
Alyssa Franklin.
Thank you. All right. What are we doing? What's the claim?
Your Honor, I have a balance including court costs of $3,767.86.
All right, Ms. Freeland, how are you going to get that paid?
So
Franklin, I'm
actually-
sorry.
No, it's okay. So I was actually going to have it all taken care of. Right now I have 1,000 of it. I don't have no problem dropping that off by Monday. And then the rest I wouldn't have until the 14th. I did apply for DHS and they actually just had me send in my check stub. So I don't know, how long that's going to take, but I do know I can have it all taken care of by the 14th.
Your Honor, if you want to put this to the 17th, that's fine.
All right. So, Ms. Franklin, here's what we'll do. I'll adjourn this out to April 17th, 2026 at 1 p.m. That's an in-person hearing. So if you don't have it all paid, then, you'll have to appear down at the courthouse, okay?
Yes, sir. No problem.
All right. And just so that you know, I marked the file that you applied for DHS.
Yes.
You would need to file it's not really going to matter, but a rental assistance form with the court. We've already given you the time in any event by the 2-week event. But the other thing I'd like you to know, how many people are in your household?
It was me and my granddaughter, so 2.
2?
Yes.
Okay, so the maximum that DHS would pay would be $520, just so that you know.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you.
Have one last weekend.
You too.
All right.
I think that's all I have.
That's it?
I think that's it. Yeah, it's a light week, I guess.
Wow.
Thank you so much. Have a wonderful weekend, you and your staff.
Okay, you do the same.
Thank you.
Red Line Apartments versus Aiden Lang.
Good morning, Your Honor. David Fantera on behalf of the plaintiff.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Okay, good morning. And what is plaintiff's claim?
Your Honor, the amount owing on this case, including court costs and April's rent, is $2,488.
Mr. Lang, how are you intending on getting that paid?
I can make a payment of $1,368 today, and then on the 17th, I can pay the remaining $1,100.
All right, so you're gonna pay $1,368 today.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Did you want me to put it out 1 or 2 weeks, Mr. Fantera?
Just 1 week. I mean, I won't be able to verify the payment until Monday, so.
Gotcha. So here's what we'll do. I'm gonna adjourn this case to April 10th, 2026 at 1 p.m. Okay, sir, that's an in-person hearing. You have to appear at the courthouse if everything's not paid. Okay. I suggest in the interim, you may want to contact Mr. Fantera's office, see if you can work something out prior to showing up in court. Okay.
All right. You said next Friday at 1 p.m.?
Yes, sir.
All right. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, sir.
Have a good one.
Ryan Apartments versus William Irving.
Good morning, Your Honor. David Fantera on behalf of the plaintiff.
Mr. Irving, there you are. We got you. All right. What is the claim?
The amount owing, including court costs and April rent, is $3,008.
$3,008. Okay. Mr. Irving, how are you intending on getting that paid? Oh, we're having problems. We can't hear you, sir. Do you have earbuds in?
Can you hear me now, Your Honor?
Yes, we can hear you. All right.
Okay,
Go
sorry.
ahead,
It was just my Bluetooth headset. I'm sorry about that. I dropped off a $600 money order this morning. And then next week I can make upwards of $800 to maybe $900 next week. And then the following week after that, another $800 or $900 payment.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, so you paid $600 today, and then you can pay, you think, between $800 and $900 by sometime next week, right?
Yeah, probably Wednesday or Thursday morning is probably the time that I'll have the payment in by.
Okay, so here's what I'll do. I'm going to adjourn this out to the 10th, 2026 at 1 p.m. That's an in-person hearing, so you'll need to be here. Make those payments, but also contact Mr. Fantera and see if you can work something out prior to getting here, okay?
All right, I appreciate that. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good weekend.
Your Honor, that's all I've got today. I hope you and your staff have a great holiday weekend.
You do the same, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Huron Vista versus is it Lanija Jones?
Yes.
Okay, I'll need a camera, ma'am.
Good morning.
Okay.
Attorney Samantha Sprague, 1931, appearing on behalf of the plaintiff.
All right. And how much is owing?
Your Honor, we show that currently there is past due rent in the amount of $699.10, as well as court costs in the amount of $219.72, for a total due and owing of $918.82.
Okay. Ms. Jones, how are you intending on getting that paid?
I can pay $600 to $700 today and the rest sometime next week, probably before Friday.
Okay, so you can pay $600 and $700 by today.
Either today or Monday. I don't know when I'll be able to get to the store to do a money order or whatever.
Gotcha. Okay, so by the 6th, you're going to pay that. And then you're going to try next week to try to get everything paid up.
Yeah, I should
right?
have some more funds coming in next week, hopefully, so I can just pay the rest off.
So here's what I'll do. I'll adjourn you out to the 10th, 2026 at 1 p.m.
Okay.
Okay. Get those payments in. If you have everything paid up and make sure that everything's paid up before that court date, then I don't need to have you come down.
And it was $900 and what again? One more time, sorry.
$918.82.
Okay, thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you. You have great. You do the same.
How do I
Huron Vista versus Taisha Wilson.
Not sure. Attorney Smith, 1931, appearing on behalf of the plaintiff.
Wilson, they are not here. If you raise your right hand, I'll let you proceed. Do you solemnly swear or affirm testimony you're about to give will be the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
You may go ahead.
Yes, Your Honor. We are here in a non-payment of rent case. We do show that currently there is past due rent in the amount of $1,404.50, as well as court costs in the amount of $219.72, for a total due and owing of $1,624.22. To the best of my knowledge, the defendant is not a minor, in the military, or incompetent. Additionally, we are requesting possession with a money judgment.
All right. Judgment to the. Let me see if there's personal service on this.
There was, Your Honor.
We do it. Judgment to the plaintiff. That is by default for possession and money. Redemption amount and money judgment in the amount requested with a writ to issue in 10 days.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Raikoya, I think it is. Williams versus Huron Vista versus.
I'm here, Your Honor.
Okay, there you are. I got you. How do I pronounce that first name?
Rakoya Williams.
I said it. Okay, I had it. Great. I'm proud of me.
You almost had it.
All right. What is plaintiff's claim in this case?
Yes, Your Honor, this is a non-payment of rent. We show that currently there is past due rent in the amount of $3,406, as well as court costs of $239.72, for a total due and owing of $3,645.72.
All right. Ms. Williams, how are you intending on getting that paid?
I've been in contact with Hawk and DHS and Friends Indeed. Friends Indeed can only help with 500, but they was waiting for me to get like a notice. So I just got that in and they told me to reach back out after court. Same with DHS, and I just sent in documentation of my pay stubs and everything that's supposed to they need. And Hawk, they told me to reach back out, but I have an appointment on the 8th with them. And also, I'm waiting on my Michigan state taxes to come due to like our mail. It's like they changed our mailbox number, so they're having a hard time giving us our mail. So I talked to the mail lady 2 weeks ago. She told me to put my name in my mailbox so she could be able to place my check in there. So I'm just waiting for them to resend my check back out.
Okay.
And I was going to pay the full remaining balance.
Here's what I'll do.
And I've been communicating with the office about that.
All right. What I'm going to do is I'll adjourn this to April 10th, 2026 at 1 p.m. Okay, that's an in-person hearing. In your packet that you received a what's called a rental assistance form. You'll need to fill that rental assistance form out with the Hawk information, the Friends Indeed information, and the DHS tracking number. And you'll need to get that to the court and file it with the court by Wednesday of next week, okay?
Okay.
All right, so do all that, and then we'll see you next week at 1.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Your Honor, have a good day.
All right, is that it?
It was a short one for me, not for you.
Yeah, it was. That's it. We were just on a roll, and now you're gone. Okay, have a great weekend.
You as well.
Westridge Mobile Home Park versus William Kopp.
Dana Hall on behalf of Westridge.
William Kopp.
Your Honor, this is Cindy from Westridge. He paid this morning in full.
No.
You can move to dismiss.
So we're
this, yeah.
dismissing?
Yes.
All right, case is dismissed. Thank you, Wendy. I like that. All right. Westridge Mobile Home Park versus Carmen Terraza.
Dana Hall on behalf of Westridge.
And Javier Ruda. Yep, they're not here. Counsel, if you want to proceed, you may raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, I do. Your Honor, I'm showing that this time the past due rent is $1,312.50. The court costs are $236, for a total of $1,548.50. We're requesting a default judgment for possession only, giving the defendant 10 days to pay or vacate.
Judgment to the plaintiff, that is by default for possession, redemption amount in the amount requested with a writ issue in 10 days.
Thank you. That's all I have.
That's it for you. Have a great weekend.
You too. Thank you.
Scio Farms versus Travis Okerman and Nicole Meltzer.
Good morning, Your Honor. Rachel Dornbush, Pellets Law on behalf of the plaintiff.
And I think they're here. You'll need to unmute, folks. Can you get yourself unmuted? You look like you're trying to talk to me, but I can't hear you. Oh, there you go. Try again. I still can't hear you. No, we're still not hearing you. Do you?
Yes, sorry, Your Honor. Can you hear us okay now?
It?
Yeah, new computer.
New computer, some new problems as well that came with it.
No, it wasn't. Travis broke it. And Nicole fixed it. That's what happened. I saw the whole thing.
These types of 6-7 months. Yeah.
Okay. All right. What is plaintiff's claim in this case?
With costs, Your Honor, $2,486.95.
All right. Folks, how are you intending on getting that paid?
Your Honor, we have paid as of March 26th, $1,000 towards the demand for possession and complaint. Today, we will be paying an additional $700 as soon as this hearing adjourns. With both adults' income currently being tied to workers' compensation, based on that income and the pursuit of financial assistance, we are confident that we can cure the full balance within approximately 30 days of the plan. Yes.
Okay, I don't know what all that means. So hang on a quick second. Do we have the 1,000 on their account already?
Let me take a look, Your Honor. I suspect the answer to that is yes, we do, Your Honor.
You do. Okay.
Yeah.
So you're going to pay 700.
Correct.
Okay. Now, are you seeking financial assistance of some type?
Yes, sir. I was looking into getting a personal loan this morning. I do not believe we qualify for any like state assistance. I do believe we make too much money collectively, but due to us both going out on workman's comp, our incomes have been just reduced temporarily.
Right. I got you. So have you contacted Hawk at all?
I looked at the Hawk form and it looked like we made too much money. I can still apply. I just wasn't sure if I would.
Okay. I'll tell you what. Why don't you apply?
Okay.
And the worst thing they can do is tell you no, right? Better
Yes,
than
sir.
guessing. Okay.
Yes.
So you apply, get the 700 in, and then how were you intending on getting the rest of that taken care of?
So we get another round of checks in 2 weeks. So we're planning on making
4/17, we would make an additional payment. We would try for around $1,000. The following week, we would be hoping to put in at least a couple $100. I know that's not much. And then by 5/1, May 1st, our intention is to have the balance paid off in full.
Okay, I got you. Okay, so you got a plan in mind. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to adjourn this to the 10th, 2026 at 3 p.m. That's an in-person hearing, folks, okay? Once you apply for Hawk, if they don't give you an answer right away or whatever, or you apply for other type of assistance, there's a form in your packet called a rental assistance form. You'll need to fill that out, get that to the court by Wednesday. Okay?
Okay.
I would suggest in the interim that you contact either your landlord or Ms. Dornbush, see if they can work something out with you to kind of structure that payment that you have and kind of just set that in place and let you guys go about getting this solved. Okay?
That's great.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. Fantastic. And we'll see you next week.
Okay.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, sir.
Thank you. Have a good weekend.
You as well. Thank you.
Did I? These are all. Okay. Okay. Sile Farms versus Stephanie Vogel. Hello, Miss Vogel. And Corey Vogel. Okay.
Corey's
All right,
not
we've
here
got-
'cause he hasn't been in the home since July.
Gotcha. Okay. So what is plaintiff's claim in this case?
Your Honor, with court costs is $3,610.79. Your Honor, I just wanted to let the court know that Ms. Vogel did reach out asking for amended pleadings to be filed. I don't know if this is something she got directly from an agency that she's applied with or based on her own assessment. Your Honor, the paid through date is calculated based on the base rent and other static charges, but there are some charges that are done based on usage. And so if the total due exceeds 1 month rent, it backdates the paid through date through the prior month. So
Got it.
based off of that, what's on the paperwork is accurate from that calculation, but it may not show subsequent, it may not account for additional payments that have been made. And so I believe that Ms. Vogel should be able to take her pleadings and a copy of her ledger showing additional amounts that have been paid, which should hopefully address that issue. But if the court requires me to submit something additional, then I defer to the court on that.
To do that. Okay. Okay. So Ms. Vogel, you said you needed an amendment. What's going on?
So they said that I've only paid through
December 25, and my ledger says Q10/26, which would be my January rent I paid because I'm a month behind. And when I turned this paperwork in, when I spoke to somebody on the phone, they said that because the dates are not adding up, I needed to have something different. That was through DHS. And I haven't I haven't gotten a letter back neither.
Hold on. Who were you talking to that told you that?
It was a case manager. She was all confused. It was very strange because she didn't have my case information even right. So I'm just
okay. Hold on. Who? There's a case manager through who?
DHS.
DHS. Okay. I'm not sure what that is. I would go back and try again, ma'am, because that's not a problem we run into. They should understand how things are calculated and shouldn't be giving you the runaround based upon that.
Well, the ledger says I'm paid through January, so this is saying I'm only paid through December. That's what the discrepancy is. Right,
and it's going to read that way based upon a per diem calculation. But they can go by basically by the ledger is what they can go by.
But the ledger is saying I'm paid through. That's what I'm telling you.
All right. Ma'am, I don't know that the amended complaint is going to solve the problem. This is a DHS problem more than it is a plaintiff's problem or even your problem. They just need to do the math and indicate whether or not they're going to assist you. So let me ask you this, Ms. Vogel. How many people are in your household now?
3.
Okay. So of this balance, so that you know, the most that DHS is going to pay is $620.
Okay.
Okay, so that you know that. Have you applied through Hawk?
No, I didn't know that I could do that without a letter from DHS stating that they would pay a certain amount.
No, you need to go ahead and apply through Hawk.
Okay.
And Your Honor, if I may
Okay.
just add, I just went ahead and did a comparison based off of the balance that was due as of January 31st was $1153.67. The payment that Ms. Vogel paid on February 10th was for $1,091.50. So based off of that, she is paid through December because she would still have a balance due and owing for January. It's a small balance, but it still rolls over.
But it's
And so the
still-
last time she had a zero balance or better is in fact December.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
Because your guys' computer system doesn't show those things. So it doesn't give me a total of what was past due. So I couldn't actually do the math. All I could do was split that number. And then you guys charge $10 per money order. And I was unaware that it was $10 per. I thought it was $10 on top of my money orders. So that would be another issue there. There's no way to pay our rent without having a fee to pay. Whether we do it online or if we do it by money order, it doesn't matter. We have to pay the $10 fee. And each money order you have to do separate because it's $500 each money order. And then you have to add another $10. So there's, if you're paying a late fee, $1,500, you're paying another $30 on top of that for filing fees, I guess. I don't know, but $10 each portion instead of letting us do it online because they won't let us pay partial online.
I understand that, ma'am. All right. Right now, I think that the ultimate issue is to try to figure out how to get this balance down. Okay. So what I want you to do is try to contact Hawk, see if they can assist you. Because if Hawk can assist you and it's to the maximum amount, then you're just looking at trying to get $610 and some change. And then you can get yourself back to ground zero. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So contact Hawk. If you should have a tracking number, despite what DHS is telling you, you should have a tracking number for DHS. There's a form in your packet that you received called a rental assistance form.
I turned that in.
Pardon?
I turned that into the court.
You already turned it in? Okay.
Yes.
I don't know if I have it. I do. In fact, I have it. You're right. Okay. So you've done that. And then what I'm going to do is adjourn this out to the 10th, 2026 at 3 p.m. That's an in-person hearing. You always, in the interim, can call the plaintiff's attorney, Ms. Dornbush, and see if you can work out some type of payment agreement or something on this, okay?
Yeah, and is there a number for the attorney?
Ms. Vogel, it's on the paperwork, but you and I have corresponded via email. So if you prefer to email
a different attorney.
The paperwork says Matthew Pallets. That's the law firm I work for. It's a 248 number out of Troy.
Yeah, I see that on the paperwork.
That's my office. You can call me there, but as we've corresponded via email, you can email me as well.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Is that it for Sile Farms?
It is indeed, Your Honor.
All right. Patty, have a wonderful weekend.
Thank you. You as well.
All right. Spice Tree Apartments versus Jaquavius Carroll. Jaquavius Carroll. Not here. You may proceed. Well, had you sworn? No. Do you solemnly swear or affirm testimony you're about to give will be the truth, whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do. For the record, Rachel Dornbush, Pallets Law on behalf of the plaintiff. Your Honor, there's rent for a chain of $1,884.27. Costs are $169 for a total due of $2,053.27. And we'd ask for a default possession only judgment with writ to issue after 10 days.
Judgment to the plaintiff by default for possession, redemption amount in the amount requested, writ to issue in 10 days. Spice Tree Apartments versus Ashley Drummer. Drummer?
I'm here.
Okay. Hello.
Hello.
All right. What is plaintiff's claim in this case?
With costs, Your Honor, $4,403.27.
All right. Ms. Drummer, how are you intending on getting this paid?
I'm just gonna pay it. Right now, I am unemployed and I recently went through a divorce. So my husband was the primary breadwinner. So I cannot tell you how. I just know I'm going to get it paid.
All right. Let me ask you this. You just went through a divorce?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Are there any issues? You don't have to give me any details. Are there any issues regarding child support or anything like that being paid, or?
It was being paid, but it hasn't been since January.
Okay, let's do this then. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to adjourn this out. Two things I want you to do. I'm going to adjourn this out to April 10th, 2026 at 3 p.m. Now that's an in-person hearing, Ms. Drummer, okay?
Okay.
I also want you to contact Hawk, okay?
Okay.
And see if they can provide some assistance to you.
Okay.
Okay.
I also
applied
through DHS, but I also applied through DHS, but I heard you say that because I have two boys, 2 kids. So I heard you say that I think it's like $625 if they approve it. So
yeah, about $620.
Okay. So I was looking through the paperwork while I was sitting here, and I was already, as soon as this was over, going to get in contact with Hawk. And yeah, okay. Thank you.
Okay. All right. So there's that. DHS. I want you to also, there's a rental assistance form in the packet. Fill that out. Okay.
Okay.
We also have, and well, it doesn't matter where it was.
It was in Washtenaw County. It was final this January 2026.
All right. But you haven't received support since then?
No.
That's got to make it hard, right? Okay. We actually have somebody a program that we have with the Friend of the Court. And they're wonderful people. And Ms. Razor, would you be willing to speak with Ms. Drummer?
Absolutely, Your Honor.
All right. So see, we're going to do that too for you, Ms. Drummer. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. So you're going to do Hawk. You're going to do that. We're going to put you into a breakout room with the Friend of the Court. See if we can get that going for you. All right.
Okay,
And
thank you.
try to take a little bit of the stress off, right?
Thank you so much.
You're more than welcome, Ms. Drummer. We'll see you in a week. Okay.
Thank you.
All right. So hang on the line. We'll put you into a breakout room. Okay.
Okay. Have a good weekend.
You too. Thank you, Ms. Mazur. That's wonderful. Spice Tree versus, is it Manilo Haroon? I messed that up, I'm sure.
Hello, Your Honor. It's Minot Hill.
Say it again.
Minot Hill. There's an emphasis on.
Oh, exactly how it is. I was trying to put things together in an. Okay. All right. Never mind. My bad. All right. Good morning.
Good morning.
All right. What is the claim in this case?
With cost, Your Honor, $2,893.18.
All right. And ma'am, how are you intending on getting that?
Yes, Your Honor. So I am a full-time student. So my main source of income is through my financial support from my school. And I had a financial hardship last month that put me behind on rent. But I am expecting funds that I have requested from the school by April 15th. So I intend to pay the full amount by April 17th, just to give some leeway for the funds to hit the account, if that's possible.
Okay. What school are you in?
I'm at University of Michigan.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. No, I'm kidding.
Did my undergrad at OSU, so I hear that a lot.
Oh, Ohio State? Really?
Yeah.
See, then I have two reasons not to like you. I'm a Maryland grad, so none of this is working for you. Okay.
Oh no.
All right.
I take it
the
back.
only thing that could have been worse is if you were a Spartan. Then I wouldn't even talk to you. All right. So okay. So let's do this. Are you going to have some type of verification of those funds coming in or something like that, or something you can?
Yes. I have email conversation with my facilitator for the funding grant that I can provide.
Okay.
I just haven't, the rolling doesn't start till April 15th. So that's why I was just waiting for them to get in contact with me. But I can provide that documentation. I also do work a part-time research job, so I can, and this based on hourly need. And I've talked to my supervisor since, and they have stated that I will be receiving more hours. I have an increase in my pay stub to prove.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to adjourn this out 1 week to the 10th at 3 p.m. Okay. That's an in-person hearing. In the interim, what I want you to do is contact Ms. Dornbush and provide her what documentation you can, see if something can be worked out regarding this, to give you the time frame to get everything paid. Okay.
Sounds good. Yes, I can definitely do that.
Fair enough. Okay. And I really don't dislike Michigan at all. I grew up in Ann Arbor. I just say that because it makes me feel. All right.
That's good to know.
Okay.
I definitely miss Ohio, but that's
all right. You have a great weekend.
Thank you. You too.
All right.
I do have a quick question, if that's.
Yes, ma'am.
Should I contact the attorney office, like phone number, to get an email, or would this need to be like in person?
Well, Ms. Dornbush.
I'm so sorry, Your Honor. I thought when I heard about the in-person, I thought she was asking about the court hearing. You can contact me at the phone number that is on the paperwork. It's a 248 number out of Troy. And I can also put in my email address in the chat if you'd like to correspond via email. That is just fine.
That would be really helpful.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it.
Have a great weekend.
Thank you.
All right. Valley Ranch versus Demetrius Jenkins.
Not here.
They're not here. You may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. Rent to retain is $2,224.59. Costs are $169 for a total due of $2,393.59. We'd ask for a default possession only judgment with right to issue after 10 days.
Judgment to the plaintiff. That is by default for possession. Redemption amount is in the amount requested with the writ issue in 10 days. Valley Ranch versus Ashani Moore.
Oh.
Well. Oh, there you are. Okay, they are here. I don't know if Mr. Moore, can you say something to me? I don't know if I can hear you.
Yes. Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Thank you, sir. All right, how much is owing?
With costs, Your Honor, $3,362.01.
All right. And Mr. Moore, how are you intending on getting that paid?
I'm working on it. I can pay half of it the 17th. And then I need about 2 weeks to pay the other half and get caught up.
Okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to adjourn this to April 10th, 2026 at 3 p.m. That's an in-person hearing. In the interim, look on your paperwork. You'll see a number for the attorney's office. Why don't you call them and call and speak with Ms. Dornbush and see if you can work something out on this prior to that date.
Okay. All
okay.
Right.
Is that
all right? Thank you.
Is that hat a Raiders hat?
Most definitely.
Oh, man. First of all, grew up a Steelers fan. I'm a Lions fan. I don't like anything having to do with the Raiders. I don't know why you bring that into my courtroom. That's okay. You wear that here, we're going to throw you out.
I'm sorry to hear that.
All right. Mr. Moore, you take care. Have a good.
All right. You all have a good day.
All right. Spice Tree versus Caba, Spice Tree versus Lawido. Those matters are dismissed on plaintiff's motion without prejudice. I think that's everything for you, isn't it?
Yeah, I believe it is, Your Honor. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day.
You do the same. Have a good weekend.
Thank you. You as well.
Westridge Mobile Home Park versus Gates. Just cleaning up. Westridge versus Polito. Park at Sagebrush Circle versus Shakalak. And Park at Sagebrush Circle versus Derek Water II. Those matters are dismissed on plaintiff's motion without prejudice. And Linda Fry versus Erwin Bradley Jr.
What is wrong?
Hello?
Ms. Fry. Hello, Ms. Fry.
Yeah. I just had to unmute it.
Okay, that's fine. Slight problem. I guess the defendant was here, but he's now dropped from the proceeding. I can't really take a default against him, so here's what I'm going to have to do. I'll adjourn this out 1 week. So April 10th, 2026, at what time?
2 p.m.
At 2 p.m. That'd be in person. If they don't appear at that time, because they haven't checked back in, but if they don't appear at that time, then I'll let you proceed on the case, okay?
Yeah, my brother died late last night, and they're going to have the funeral next Friday. So,
you want me to? I'm sorry to hear that. Did you want me to put it over 2 weeks for you?
well, I didn't really. I want him out, but is there another day or anything like that I could come?
I do them just every Friday, so I have the 10th, the 17th, which would be more convenient for you, Miss Fry.
Well, What time would it be on the 10th? I'm afraid it's going to be during the funeral. I have to drive to Grand Rapids.
It's at 2 p.m.
Yeah, I have to drive to Grand Rapids, and that's like 2.5 hours.
Okay, hang on a second. I can, since it's a single case, I can set you at noon. I can set you anytime in the afternoon, Miss Fry, and I'll let you appear via Zoom.
Ooh.
But I don't know if you have like a phone or something that you can appear on.
Well, I don't know how to Zoom. I'm 78. I'm sitting here in the courthouse, and they've stuck me on a computer.
Yeah, no, I know where you are.
Yeah.
Okay, Miss Fry, do this. I'm gonna put it to the 17th. At what time? At 3 p.m. You go and mourn your brother's loss.
Okay.
All right. This other stuff would take care of it. I know you want him out, but let's just put it out a week. Let you worry about that, the stuff that's important, and then come back and we'll deal with you on the 17th. Okay?
Okay. All right. Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome, Miss Fry. You have a great weekend.
You
and
too.
sorry, our condolences on your loss.
Yeah, it was a big surprise last night in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
Heart attack, just like that.
Ah, okay. All right. Take care of yourself.
Okay, thank you.
Is that it for us? I think that is it. All right. That's
So depending on how the trip goes.
All right, and then what do you pay for like your food, clothing, personal items of that sort? Health, medication, prescriptions?
Yeah,
Anything like that?
I've got probably about $60 worth of prescriptions a month.
Okay.
And food and whatnot. I don't get any food assistance.
Okay, do you have an attorney in any other case right now pending before any of the courts?
Excuse me?
Do you have an attorney in any other case?
No.
No, you don't have any other cases pending then?
I do have another case pending on the vehicle. It's a civil matter.
Okay.
But I don't have a lawyer. I'm defending myself at the moment. I couldn't
Okay.
afford him.
Well, it looks like you're going to qualify for court-appointed attorney. I will have Missy go down the list. We have to be fair to all the defendants and all the attorneys, we have a list that she has to work through, and we'll see. And well, we will try to get the other attorney on the list, but at this point, he's not on it, so I don't know that he can be assigned to you. So she'll go by whoever she normally would. Missy, do you know at this time, does he need to call back who that attorney will be?
You'll need to call back probably about Wednesday of next week.
Call Missy Wednesday of next week to find out who your attorney will be. So we're going to have to continue this hearing at your request since you've switched attorneys on me, okay? So when's our next preliminary? And I don't know, you might want to put that on a preliminary hearing control. I don't know if the next attorney is going to want an evidentiary hearing with the defendant or if they're going to talk about something else. I hate to keep calling Deputy Fisher or anybody in here until we know for sure we need a live hearing.
I will probably, if the court can't appoint Jeb to me, I will probably try to see if I can hire him.
That always amazes me that you cannot afford to hire an attorney, but if you don't like the one that is appointed, you can hire an attorney, which to me suggests, why didn't you hire your attorney in the first place? But that's...
This is a serious matter, and I just...
Of course it's a serious matter, and I'm telling you that the law says if If you can afford your own attorney, you should do so. But if you cannot afford an attorney, you can apply and see if you qualify for court appointed. At this point in time, I find you have qualified for court appointed attorney, but now you're telling me you may have some money or resources somewhere else to pay for one.
I don't have those resources.
Okay, you may
I'm just
try to
going to ask
find them.
them to take something,
Okay,
you know?
okay. So
Yeah,
you're
I don't
gonna
have the resources to pay for them. I'm just going to try.
Okay, well, you can borrow from a friend or get a gift from a family member, so I understand now. All right, so do you want me to give you time to talk to another attorney to see if you want a prelim? Or do you feel so confident that you're going to want an evidentiary hearing that I should go ahead and just set it now and see if your attorney is going to be available?
I'm pretty certain I want an evidentiary hearing, Your Honor.
But if we pick a date, Missy, his attorney still may not be available. So what do you want? What would you suggest based on your experience of attorney appointments, Missy?
No, we need to set it on a PHC docket.
Okay. Well, that Deputy Fisher will probably appreciate that. You won't have to be here for this next hearing, Deputy. Okay. When is our next PHC?
Let's set this May 8th at 1:30.
Well, that's not moving us very fast, though. Is that all right, Ms. Gillette, if we don't set it over till then?
That's fine for me.
All right, May 8th at what time, Missy?
1:30.
1:30. All right, so I'm going to order as a condition of your ongoing bonds, Mr. Crosby, that you be back here May 8th at 1:30.
Yes, Your Honor.
And as a condition of your bond, you call back here and find out who your attorney is. And if you don't like this next one, I'll probably just say, you guys work it out and you go hire one, but we'll deal with that if we have to, because you are entitled to an attorney. You do have a lot of serious charges, like you said, a lot of charges and all of them serious. So be back here May 8th at 1:30, ready to go. Call Missy to find out who your court appointed is. And you either be ready with the court appointed or with your retained, whichever one you want to go with or whichever one you're able to. Does that make sense, sir?
Yes,
all right. And then all the other conditions of your bond will apply. Let me double check that bond. Looks like it's 1,500 through AAA. So if you get where you can't be here, call AAA so they don't lose their bond. Maybe they'll give you a ride. All right, you may go, Ms. Gillette, unless there's anything further.
Nothing further from the state.
All right, Deputy Fisher, anything you need to tell me or I need to know about that County Attorney Gillette wouldn't want to talk to you about first?
No, Judge.
All right, well, thank you for honoring your subpoena, sir. You're excused at this time. Well, let me ask you, are you available? Never mind, you don't have to be here, man. You may go, Deputy Fisher. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
All right, you're welcome. All right, Mr. Crosby, you're excused with all the admonitions I've given you and orders. May 8th at 1:30. Ms. Gillette, nothing further. We'll be in recess and you're excused.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you all. We'll be in recess at this time.
First say, well, we're not. We have a high test score of 17, so you can roll it back. I'm going to reach and pay the court costs. I'll give you the minimum license suspension, which is 180 days, and that started the day of the incident. So Say that again, that started. It's 6-month license suspension is started the day of the arrest. Because when you take the test over, the suspension starts immediately. Okay. Yeah. And they don't go, I think your Kentucky driver, they'll go to Kentucky if they want, or the suspension. Now, are you employed, sir? Yes, sir. Okay. There's 2 ways I can give you privileges for driving during your suspension. One, I can give you unlimited driving privileges, and you can drive anytime. But to do that, you have to place the electronic device on your vehicle where you blow into it before you start the vehicle. If you want to do that, and we don't have those here at the court, but we can put you in touch with a agency that will install that. It will be your expense to have it installed. And there's a weekly periodic fee you have to pay them. If you don't want to go that route, I can give you limited driving privileges. So if you don't pay for the device on your vehicle, I'll give you an order from the court that says you can drive for employment purposes. You're going to have community service to come to community service. And for any further court hearings, if there's any emergent, do you have any emergent type driving situations you have? What would that be?
Oh, no, I don't have nothing right now. Not with my parents. I've got a 80-year-old dad and or 90-year-old father and my 88-year-old mother.
Okay, I'll say care of your parents. So here's what's going to happen. And the only place we've ever had any problem with it is in Kentucky.
Oh, okay.
Usually not even there, but I have had some reports back that in a particular instance, someone got pulled over and they had this piece of paper from me saying, yeah, he's got suspension, but he's allowed to drive for these reasons. Yep. And the judge over there said, I don't care what that judge says, you're under suspension. So, but most other places will honor it. So the best thing to do is don't get pulled over.
Yeah.
You don't have to deal with it. So you can let your probation officer will be Mr. Major. You can let him know what you want to do. If you want to get the blow and go device on it, it's a company out of Portsmouth. He'll put you in touch with them to get it installed.
You said Mr. Major? Sorry.
Yeah. His office to the left as you leave court. So if you want just a limited driving privileges, we'll get the order for you from the court. I'm going to give you 20 days in jail, but I'm going to suspend it on the condition that you do all the other stuff I'm going to order you to do. I don't want you to go to jail. You shouldn't have to go to jail as long as you do what you're ordered to do. One of which is also to do 5 days of community service. We have a community service program here at the court. You can do it on your days off because we have community service every day but Sunday. So you do that on Saturday, I wish the work schedule is, but get in here and get 5 days done, 7:30 to about 2:30 every day. There's community service. You'll do something in the community, might be cut grass, pick up litter, or whatever. That's the community service part. Then you have a review hearing, which you should never have to come to, because I'm going to give you 6 months to get all this done. If you get it done, you don't have to come. If you were here earlier, we had people showing up for reviews. Those are people that didn't get their stuff done, and they're coming back, and they will have to come back every month until they get it done. So get it done, you don't have to come to that hearing. October 2nd at 9 a.m. will be your review. On the speed offense, I'll do a $50 fine on that. And that's everything. So you don't have to remember everything. You're going to get, she's typing the entry. You're going to get a copy of the entry. If you lose it, all right, well, I didn't do what I was supposed to because I lost my entry. That's not a good reason. It's on the record. We have a website. Your case will show up on the website. You go to the website, put your name in the record search, and your case will come up, and it shows you what you got to do and when you got to be back. And you can always call and talk to your probation officer about what you need to do. Do you have any questions of me?
No, sir.
Go see Mr. Major to the left as you leave the courtroom, then you're free to go.
Thanks, sir.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Gregory Martin, case number TRD 26431 A and B. Gregory Martin.
All right, Gregory Martin. You are here, okay. Good morning. Good morning. You're Gregory Martin?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Martin, it's alleged on March the 13th of this year at 10:25 p.m. in Fayette Township, you were driving a vehicle with a suspended license. That's a first-degree misdemeanor. Maximum penalty is 6 months in jail, $1,000 fine, and not wearing a safety belt. That's a mandatory $30 fine if you're down with it. Do you understand these charges?
Yes, Your Honor, I do.
Do you understand the rights of the defendants I explained at the beginning of the court?
Yes, Your Honor.
How do you plead to these charges?
Not guilty.
Do you want a lawyer appointed?
No, sir. I just need a few weeks. I have an upcoming court date with HPD about the suspended license that I was unaware of because of a ticket that I never received because it was mailed to the address on my driver's license. I get on my mail at my post office box because that house burnt down. I received no mail here, so I didn't know about the ticket.
So when's your hearing?
Should be within the next week or two. I talked to them yesterday.
We said something in May.
Oh, yes, sir.
Monday or Fridays?
Friday, doesn't matter, Fridays. Yes, sir.
Let's do May the 8th then. May the 8th.
What time? Same time? Okay.
May the 8th at 10 a.m. All of this set as a pre-trial.
Okay. Thank you.
If you want a lawyer, you can get one on your own. It's up to you. You don't have to have one, but your next hearing will be May the 8th, 10 o'clock.
Here.
Yes, right back here.
Okay. Is that it?
Yes.
Thank you, sir. Have a good day.
Let's have him sign a bond. You can sign a $500 signature bond. That just means you're promising to come to court. If you don't show up, then you have $500 as a penalty.
I will be here.
I'm not going to make you think.
Just have it here. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Does that need a date or anything?
No, I'll do all that.
Is that it?
That's it.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
State of Ohio versus Kelly Green, case number CRB 25489.
Okay, this is on the review hearing. Looks like you had a review on 30th of March.
I don't know why or what the confusion was, but my paper says, when I was in here, you and an older gentleman were arguing about dates or something. I don't know. But anyways, I wrote down April the 3rd. So
well, you're here within a week, so let's.
I was going to say I didn't know what to do. I didn't know until I walked in here that because the guy remembered you calling my name, and I was like, oh crap.
Well, let's talk about what you've done on your case. You have paid someone your fines.
I'm going to pay. I'm going to pay the rest today.
Okay. What about community service?
If I may, I have a note that on 2/17, this man was ordered to be here on 3:30, and that's the community service done for him at Championship High.
What do you say about that? So,
I have no idea what
you guys remember me and the old guy? We're both old guys.
Sorry.
We don't usually argue, so.
I don't know. You guys were just going back and forth about dates or something. I don't. And I have no idea what I'm sorry. I might have not remembered that something. I just lost my father.
Let's go to this. When are you going to get your community service done?
As soon as I can get this funeral over with. I just got back from Columbus. Because he was medevac from Athens, Ohio to Columbus.
I don't know who.
My father was in a motorcycle accident last week.
I'm sorry to hear that.
So I'm dealing with a lot of stuff.
Well, I'm looking through your case, and from what I see, I think you need to do a urine screen today. Okay. You do one before, it was pretty bad. Let's do a urine screen today.
Okay.
Go to probation and do a urine screen.
Pretty bad. It was on my prescriptions that I brought in. No, I mean, I know what it.
For a bunch of stuff.
I know. I brought my.
Go do your urine.
Sound good. That's all the arrangements we have for right now. We're ready to start the pre-trial.
Okay. People that have pre-trials need to be in the courtroom, and let's go ahead and call this.
State of Ohio versus Middleton, case number CRA 25824, CRC 253099.
This is Mr. Reach's case set for pre-trial and preliminary hearing.
Can we approach on?
Yes. Morning.
So that's the question. We're okay. Pretty much as long as the board's comfortable to allow them to
What's the, what's the issue?
severe medical conditions that will make I was to be issued this question, status is just a combination of things. He goes through the Holocaust, the refugee coast, he might not be able to coast home. He has to do to determine
When you want to come back?
Good question here. I'm not prepared to ask
So sometime in July?
It's fine, Your Honor.
You had time?
I did.
Court's wide open in July, so if you have some dates, good.
Friday, the 17th, Your Honor?
Yes. All right, defendant waives time. Next hearing will be July 17th of the rejection. Then the defendant's going to complete with the driver and attention department between now and then.
Yes, sir. Get your license in case if we just hang tight. Okay. You go back outside.